You're listening to The Boxing Voice.
It's showtime! Welcome back, boxing fans.
Blood is good.
Fireplace, a mask of blood.
Blood is emotion.
Too much blood coming out of the eye.
Blood is a story, a drama.
Deep gas, blood pouring right into his eye.
Blood is what we want to see in terms of passion.
Blood streaming now from the cut in the eye, nose, his mouth, his cheeks swollen, and he's still calm.
What we want is a bloody good fight tonight.
We have Heather, the Heat Hardy. Is this you?
This is me. I think I need to talk to you every night because you make me smile and blush over here.
Never been a lame hoe, never been a lame hoe. Yeah, I love tricks. I'm okay.
You're serious? You're serious?
And that's the good thing about UK. That's why I can't hate on them guys, man. They love fucking boxing.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Did you hear what this idiot just said?
Yo, son, you're gonna get your ass beat by Molina, son.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's overrated.
Do some pushes for me right now.
For the interview? Yes. Let those gifted hands go. Get out of here, Virgil. Go home. What next?
Who wants the table started for free? You got even right? Who wants the table started for free?
BoxingVoice.com.
This is why we use the word sensation.
All right, everybody. We're back with another edition of the Boxing Voice. We have to do it. Garcia, Salka. That is going to be the topic of conversation, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to keep this ball moving. We're going to get to some callers. We're going to talk some boxing. Right off the gate, I want to, read actually a review by Carlito 3231. Wow, what a crazy show. 3-star review. I've been listening to these guys for about 3 months, and I do feel this passion, and it's great, but sometimes it gets stagnant because it's almost always the same cast of callers that call and get on. If it's truly the voice of the people, they should let others through on the line and give its listeners a fresh perspective. Like, for example, what's on the mind of casual fans? I get it. The hardcores, but a different perspective from different callers would be refreshing. Some more spontaneous shows that reach out to casual boxing fans that would inspire them to be hardcores. I wrote this suggestion to these guys, but I never got a response. If it's really the show of the people's voice, am I, as a casual fan, not worthy of 1 minute response? Well, my friend, you just got me to read that. Send me the suggestion again, and I do apologize if we didn't get to it. It's theboxingvoice at yahoo.com, THE though, at yahoo.com, and we'll definitely talk. We could even talk over the phone because I'm not a writer. Okay, so the next one that I want to read, it's the most recent one. Actually, no, it's not the most recent, but I like it because it was a new person. So this one comes from the Boxing Voice is Taking Over Boxing, and it's by Charlie from the Shah. I found the show a few months ago when I was looking for something to listen to at work, and after listening to a few episodes, I immediately became a fan. This show is hosted by Ness, who is a passionate boxing aficionado who tells it like it is and is often gets into heated boxing discussions when he disagrees with you. So if you call the show, prepare yourself for a good arguing. Prepare yourself with good arguing points and let your voice be heard. Thanks to the Boxing Voice for putting out 2 shows a week and giving the boxing fans a forum to express your thoughts on boxing. My only regret is that I did not write this review sooner. Also, shout out to the Boxing Coalition. So thank you to you, my friend. So moving forward now, um, definitely want to remind you guys about the Mayweather um, signed glove, and don't forget to join that so somebody could get that. So let's jump right into it. I was thinking, you know, I know that you guys don't like this fight, and a lot of you guys are gonna call in to probably give me hell, as if I have anything to do with this. But I was thinking, man, let's try to make the best of this. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully, it's an upset, and the egg is on their face. You know what I mean? Hopefully, who knows? But let's shake it out. Let's shake it out. Get everybody, let's get everybody in a good mood, man. Let's talk some boxing because other than that fight, there's a lot of boxing out there. And I know I started off slow, and you guys, probably lost a few of you guys because I was chit chatting too much. But look, there's a lot of boxing going on. We have a lot of fights coming up, especially this weekend. Starting with tonight, man. Tonight is going to be an awesome fight. It's going to be Abner Cotto versus Jerry Belmontes. It's going to be in Corpus Christi. You can watch that on Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports Deportes. You know, now listen, these guys, they don't have this big knockout power. And like, that's not what you're going to see. But remember, the Belmontes, a lot of people had him beating Figueroa. And I know Figueroa is not a world beater, but he is a lot bigger than Belmontes. And Belmontes looked pretty good in that fight. And then he got a couple of wins. I remember him beating William Tomlinson. And now he's going to be fighting Abner Cotto, who also lost to Omar Figueroa. So this is a pretty good scrap, man. I think everybody should tune in, Jerry Belmontes has a good story. He's trained by his dad. And correct, one of you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that his dad might be deaf. So that's an interesting dynamic. And I don't know if he still trains with him or not, but last I heard he was, and I haven't talked to him in a while. But Mario, hopefully you're listening. You could call in and let us know because Mario actually did a few stories on Belmontes this month, and he knows them, a lot better than I do. But yeah, that's going to be a good fight, and that's on tonight, guys. So if enough of you call in and you're talking about that fight, we'll end it early so that we can all get into it because I'm definitely looking to watch that, man. I think that's going to be some pretty good action. It's going to be a boxing match, though, So if you were a Rock'em Sock'em guy, I don't know if you're going to like this one. I don't know. But let me jump to a caller real quick. 407, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? 407, you're live.
Oh, how's it going? It's Boxing MD.
What's going on, brother?
How's it going? Oh, nothing much. I have a few things. I haven't been able to call in the last few weeks. I have a few things, I guess, in general, and I guess I have a few comments about this weekend's fights. What would you like first?
Whatever
the general
you like,
stuff,
brother. Whatever you like.
Okay. I guess generally speaking, people underestimate undercards as far as HBO numbers. When the fight before, like the Golovkin fight, the Perez versus Jennings fight was a snooze fest, and a lot of people they turn into the fight. Like, all right, casual fan, fuck it, I have an HBO prescription. Let me watch boxing. They turn it on and they turn it off. So I think that has a lot to do with that's a few 100,000 right there. I mean that's a huge factor that the co-main was a snooze fest, especially for a casual fan.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Yeah, I mean it's just like if you're being picky and choosing about 100,000 here, 100,000 there, I mean there's a few 100,000. Another I guess news that's been coming out lately is I guess like the rumors are that the pay-per-view numbers are between 400 and 425,000 for the Canelo Lara fight. Is that correct?
I don't have that information, so I couldn't tell you right now, brother. That's not. I haven't seen anything about that.
I mean, I saw an article. I don't know the legitimacy of that, and I know you're never going to get the information like official. But I mean, if those numbers are true, does that prove that Canelo's a bigger star than Cotto? I mean, Cotto's.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean,
you really have to take a step back simply because we can't go off speculation. And the last time that we seen anyone asking Espinoza about pay-per-view numbers, he made it clear that they were no longer releasing pay-per-view numbers unless they were breaking record numbers. But, you know, just giving people the average of what's going on, he said they're not doing that anymore. That's why the Mayweather numbers haven't been released yet.
No, I mean, I completely and totally understand that. But, I mean, if he's not releasing it, like, what else do we have to do but, you know, go by speculations and unconfirmed sources? I mean, or we could just, like, go blind and just assume what people do. I mean, it's not our fault that we have to go off speculation.
Well,
as
I don't know.
How about,
I mean, you sound like a hardcore. Do a Google search. I mean, you know.
Well, that's where I got the 400 to 425 from.
No.
I didn't just make those numbers up.
No. I mean, on trending fighters, you do a Google search, you know, or a Twitter search on trending. If people are still talking about Canelo, then maybe. But if people have moved on, they've moved on. People never stop talking about Pacquiao and Mayweather. That's year round. Year round, every fighter is either winning a fight, saying they want to fight Pacquiao and Mayweather, or, you know, having some sort of propaganda to get Mayweather. I mean, remember Guerrero 2 years ago? Like, so he stays relevant, you know. Mayweather stays relevant, Pacquiao stays relevant, Cotto stays relevant, but the rest, they don't. And if Canelo's not on that level, you would know, because he must stay relevant. People have to continue to talk about him.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Well, I mean, I don't know what the relevancy of Cotto. I mean, it's hard to say, but I mean, but really, what means? I mean, this is why it's unfortunate that Steven Espinoza is not releasing numbers, because that's all that matters. I mean, pay-per-view numbers are really all that matters, and how popular a fighter is. I mean, if boxing's a business, that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter. I mean, Adrian Broner is only popular because he does stay relevant. I understand what you're saying, but all that matters is how many people, according to the business model, is how many people buy a fight or watch a fight.
Well, I mean, at least we'll get that. We'll always get Nielsen ratings, and we'll know at least how many people tuned in. But you know, it's their game. It's their court and it's their ball, man. They, you know, we're on the outside. We're scratching, trying to get whatever they give us. And you know, when they do bad, they're not. I mean, I asked Espinoza all these questions, and he said that, you know, he told me everything that I've already told you. I mean, the video's on YouTube. He completely, him and Ellerby for that matter, they refuse to release the numbers, and it doesn't matter that the fans want to know, because I went that route, because that is the truth. People want to know. I don't know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, and you know how, you know, you guys always get into arguments about, you know, the boxing business and, you know, how much fighters get paid. How much fighters get paid, I completely and totally understand, is irrelevant, because, you know, it's not going into any of our pockets. But the business does matter. And if somebody's sitting here and saying that Al Heyman is good for boxing because he gets fighters get paid, that's something that we should give a shit less about. That's the definition of, we shouldn't give a shit about the boxing business, because that's what's going into their pockets. But pay-per-view numbers, I mean, that's a little more of you know, what we could see as hardcore fans is what's happening in development, and what we could talk about, you know, we could see in the future. But, you know, that's another story. But another thing I'd like to point out.
Wait, I'd like to chime in on that, because I'm not completely grasping what you mean, because
okay.
You know, for me, like, because Beeb tells me all the time, like, Ness, you talk about Al Heyman too much, but the problem with that is he's kind of forcing you to. Like, he has everyone. He probably has more fighters than all of these promoters. Not put together, but probably all of these promoters. I mean, he's signing everyone. How could you not talk about that when clearly something is happening?
Yeah, I mean, to me, unless he proves otherwise, I mean, he's like a mafia. He's like behind the scenes. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't
Okay,
stand
but
in
you
the
don't
front.
want that to be
He didn't
discussed.
say anything. He's not accountable. He's nothing. And you know, a long time ago, when Al Heyman was starting to gain steam, we all were like, all right, so he's doing similar to what Dana White does in the UFC. You know, that's where the idea came from. And I know that, you know, not everybody that pays attention to boxing pays attention to UFC, but everybody knows that the UFC is one organization, and that's what we thought we were going to see. But the difference is that Dana White is accountable for what he does as an action because he's out there as a person. He interviews. He's accountable, and B, his fighters fight each other. Those are things that we've yet to see with Al Heyman, and until he proves otherwise, I view Al Heyman as a corrupted, mafiosa, bad for boxing human being. That's all I see as a boxing fan.
Okay, and my question to you is, so would you rather that not be spoken of on the show?
No, not at all. This is the boxing voice, and I'm glad that you guys have an open forum that we can talk about anything we want boxing. And you know, boxing media doesn't have the same kind of coverage as other sports, and you know, it leaves a lot more work for fans, which makes boxing fans more knowledgeable and more involved in their sport, which is a good thing to some extent. But it's also, you know, it's boxing, so I don't have a problem with it. You know, it shouldn't be a focal point. I know boxing is the primary focus of boxing fans. It should be, but the business side and Al Heyman is a part of the sport. So I think there is a part of the show that should be, you know, mentioning business and, yeah, mentioning purses because it is relevant to the sport. But it shouldn't be the focal point.
I'm glad that you agree because B, you know, he just feels that I talk about it a lot. It's just that every day is something new. I mean, look, Keith Thurman is alleged to be fighting Roberto Garcia. Roberto Garcia, look, there's nothing wrong with Roberto Garcia except that we've already seen Keith Thurman beat this level of fighter. So I'm not taking any shots at Roberto Garcia. I give him, you know, 100% credit. I'm behind him. He turned his career around after Margarito. He's been looking good. He even fucking moved down in weight to welterweight. So you know that he's taking it serious. But he is not on the level of Keith Thurman. And we are tired of the level of opponent that Keith Thurman is facing. But why are now we going to get that again? Why are we going to get Carras, Diaz, fucking Quintana? This is Roberto Garcia, and some might dispute that Quintana and Carras have had a better career than Roberto Garcia. Yet we're gonna get it again because of Al Heyman. You see, so I do like to inform my listeners what the hell is going on behind the scenes. I mean, this guy is, and remember last year I was poster boy Ness for Al Heyman because he was making all the great fights. Like you said something earlier where you said he has yet to fight Heyman fighters. That's not true. When everything was good in Golden Boy, remember we got Garcia, Matisse. That's Heyman. There was a lot of Heyman. Broner Maidana was Heyman. You know, there was Laura Trout was Heyman. But now he's definitely doing something that I'm not approving of. So yeah, you know, I gotta keep my eye open.
Yeah, I mean, and no, I completely totally understand what you're saying. And like the thing is, I feel like with Al Heyman fighters, a lot of these guys like that we see, I guess somewhat weaknesses in. I mean, let's be real. Like Keith Thurman, he's shown a little bit of weakness in some areas, and that's like how he takes a punch. I mean,
listen, Caller, I'll interrupt you just to reel it back into the topic. I'll give you a perfect example. If Al Heyman isn't relevant, right, and I'm not debating with you because you and I were ready to agree. I just want to rub it in Beeb's face that he's wrong. Because if he is not relevant, then why are we getting fucking Danny Garcia versus Rod Salka?
Oh, Al Heyman is the most relevant. I mean, it's
Cameron Duncan.
I mean,
give me, I don't know, Nelta's probably listening. Nelta, this goes out to you. You're like the fucking encyclopedia of boxing. Has Cameron Duncan ever got such a showcase fight like this for his fighter? Give me a name. Who? Because you know, other than him, I mean, Cameron Duncan, he's a very successful boxing manager. So, you know, he's always had big names. He has, you know, he has had Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Brandon Rios, numerous dudes, man. Like, he's got a lot of guys. So, but I've never seen him even get this off. Like, only Heyman could get this off. It's ridiculous. But let's move on with that, because there is some interesting news, which unfortunately involves Heyman. Rigondeaux and Santa Cruz have both called each other out. So while I got you on the line and before I let you go, what do you think about this?
So would you say that that they agreed to fight?
Well, they both called each other out, and you know,
okay.
there was in order to begin negotiations with mandatory challenger Chris Avalos on Friday, but they're trying to get this together first. The sides have 30 days to make a deal. Otherwise, a purse bid will be in order, and either camp can also decline to negotiate and ask for an immediate purse bid and the minimum offer of $100,000.
I mean, fuck it, let it go to a purse bid. I mean, I don't. As long as you see the fight happening, I mean, that's the first time I've heard about that. I haven't really been paying attention to that. But before I go, I have two more things to touch on real quick. The first thing is speaking about Al Heyman. I know Sean Porter. He's a good friend of the show, and he calls or whatever, and his father calls in. Until he proves otherwise, Al Heyman is letting him act as a dirty fighter because his connection with, is it Heredia?
Conte.
Is that his name? With the
Conte.
same level? Victor Conte, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Victor Conte. If you're fooling around with a fuck like that, and you don't prove otherwise, and you're working with Al Heyman, and these drug tests are going by, you know, how many weeks are before the fight, and who knows what kind of drug tests are being called, and you've had accusations and this and that, and although Sean Porter hides behind his religious beliefs that he's an honest man and a Christian man, I don't know if I believe him. Like, I'm just saying, like, he's hiding behind Al Heyman, and until he proves otherwise, that's another thing. Like, us as boxing fans, we don't.
He was tested a week ago, randomly. It's on video. Ken Porter said it to one of our guys in Vegas. It's on videos on the YouTube channel.
But is that Ken Porter saying that, or is that actual evidence besides Ken Porter saying that? Because we don't know. People can say anything they want to, as long as there's an unbiased source, like a reporter that's seen him pee in a cup or take a needle. I mean, we don't know. We'll take his word for it. But I mean, I don't know.
Well,
that's how I feel about that.
You're never gonna get a reporter to watch the fucking test happen, but you can contact the commission.
Okay. No, I feel you. And one last thing, I recommend for boxing fans to boycott this Showtime fight because this is the definition of bullshit. But the only reason why I would want to watch this fight is to actually hear the Showtime commentation, how they cover their asses and justify what we're seeing as boxing fans. Like, that's going to be the most entertaining part of the night. Like, how do they treat Rob Salka? I just don't know how they're going to even treat him not like a. I mean, he's literally it's like we're being trolled as boxing fans that we're seeing Danny Garcia, the lineal 140 champion, fight a catchweight 10-rounder at 142 pounds against Rod, journeyman, part-time boxer Salka. I don't get it.
Well, I'm no boxing historian, but I'm pretty sure Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. had a fight like this sometime in his career because that dude had like 100 and something fights.
Well, back to back though, I mean Herrera was. I mean, that's like not. I'm not trying to shit on you, and I respect you, but like.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're either gonna stick with it. Danny got his ass beat versus Herrera, and give Herrera credit as a fighter, or say that Danny beat him because you just said 2 back-to-back fights. What do you mean? Is Herrera a bum now? Is that what you're saying?
2 back-to-back. No, 2 back-to-back fights that were supposed to be an easy touch. I mean, you can't say that Herrera was not supposed to be an easy touch.
Well, I never said that though. And
Herrera was much better than everybody expected to be. I don't think. Not everybody.
Not me. Not me. Go back to the tape. Go back to the tape. I told you guys Herrera was going to be a tough
Ness,
fight.
Ness, come on, man. You were trying to a little bit justify that fight. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, we all know you're biased towards Danny, and I respect it because you're honest about it. That's what I don't have a problem with your bias towards Danny because you're honest about it.
Yo, did you not see me interview him the other day, man? I wasn't. Was I showing any bias there? I didn't give him nothing easy. Come on, man.
No, you're right. You're right. No, you have. I agree, and you're honest. But back then with the Herrera, I could say that you were to some extent justifying that fight, and we're not going to argue that.
Well, because I knew
it is what it is.
Because I knew that he had. I told you guys he had took Mike Alvarado life and death, a fresher, younger Mike Alvarado than the one we see now. He also had the win over Pavatnikov, and I believe didn't he beat Ji-Hoon Kim too? Let me look him up. I'm telling you, Herrera has some wins. I told. Testing. Okay.
Yes, I hear you. You hear me? Yo.
Vic.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Huh?
Yeah, I hear you. What happened? Your feet went off?
Vic, you there?
Yeah, did you hear me?
Yeah. Damn, man. I don't know what happened.
Oh, they muted
technical
us.
difficulty there. 718 QB, what up?
Yo, what up, though? What's good, my nigga?
What's good?
Man, listen, man. I got a lot to ask you, man. I got a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. Let me get it out. All right. What's up with this undercard? I know that the topic ain't about the topic is about Danny Garcia. I'm gonna get to that. But what's up with this undercard for Mayweather and why that's not out yet? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
They wanna I think you know what I think? They wanna give bum fights and no, they want you to pay for the fight first, I think. Or get to see how it does and then they gonna put some bum shit on the undercard. That's what I think. Cause it ain't nothing. I mean, who's fighting on the undercard? Do you know?
Vic, you heard anything?
Well, I think Fight Hype said Mickey Bay versus Miguel Vasquez.
Oh, I did hear that.
I don't know if it's confirmed but I know Kim was at Vasquez's gym. He said it's not confirmed, but I mean that's what Fight Hype said. I mean, they were supposed to fight, I think, on that weekend anyway. So.
Y'all, why is all these guys fighting these bums, man? This Danny Garcia, I hope it's an upset, man. I really hope one of these dudes take one of their heart on Saturday night for fighting bums. That Gerard Fletcher and Daniel fight, the Gerard Fletcher and Daniel Jacobs fight, man. I think Gerard Fletcher, he could fight, man. So I don't know. I hope all them other dudes, Iga Santana and Rob Salka, take Danny Garcia and them out, man, for fighting bums, man. Because, yo, I don't know if they going to Mayweather Promotions after this, But it seems like everybody with associated with Al Heyman right now is fighting bums. Keith Thurman fighting a bum. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Roberto, whatever his name, he ain't really no bum, but come on, he's Thurman, like you were saying earlier. Thurman beats fighters like that already. It's easy for him. So I don't know if they're going to Mayweather Promotions after this, because think about it. They're not fighting this year no more. So this is probably their last fight this year. Next year, that's when the promotion is going to be up and going. So what if they going to train? They don't got contracts with De La Hoya no more, Golden Boy, and they going to get new contracts to sign the Al Heyman going to have all his fighters signing the Mayweather and them, or what? What's going on?
Man, if I had the answer to that, I'd be a rich man. That'd be one hell of a story.
Man, it doesn't make sense. It's coming to like man, this dude Al Heyman, man, he's something else, man. But you gotta give it, he paying the most bread, man. So these fighters got families. You can't knock him for what he's doing, but he's more like a promoter, man. He gotta watch himself, man. He's playing this game kind of wrong, man. He acting like more than a advisor. He acting like a promoter himself. That's why they got them lawsuits on him, man. He better be easy, word. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for my intro too, Ness. Word up, man. I'm waiting for my intro, man.
I know. Listen, I tried, man. I'm gonna have it before next Thursday, though, without a doubt. Maybe, hopefully, for the Sunday show. Cause I'm gonna give you my digging. I'm going with all upsets. That's it. I'm going for Salka. I'm going for Edgar Santana and Jared Fletcher, man. And I'll get my close Sunday, so if I lose. But I'm going for all upsets this weekend. I'm tired of this shit, my brother. Word up, man. All right, brother. Hey, QB, man, thanks for calling in. I'm going to get that together for you. 214, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, what's up? This Bright Kid.
Bright Kid, what up?
What up, man? I just wanted to make my picks. I think Rob Salka, I want him to upset Danny Garcia. I don't think it's going to happen, but I want that to happen. I believe that Daniel Jacobs is going to win by knockout, and Santana should get the job done. I got a question. Did y'all hear about Carl Froch? He might retire if he doesn't get Chavez Jr.?
Well, he ain't got to worry about that because Bob ain't got no problem making that. We spoke to Bob twice already at two separate occasions, and he's already said that that they got full intentions on making that fight.
Yeah, but it's all on Chavez. I don't know if you heard Bob. Bob was basically like he's concerned. I've got word that Chavez is giving Bob the same issues as the Golovkin fight. So I don't know.
Okay. Vic got his little connects on that side of town. I don't know nothing. I listen to everything Vic says.
So I don't know, man. It's just disappointing. I guess Chavez is still wondering what's across the street.
Man, that's shocking too because he got so well prepared for the second Brian Vera fight. So it looked like he had his mind in it, It made me believe the story that they kicked to us that he's got a newfound, passion for boxing because of his newborn daughter. So that kind of sucks because I'd like to see that fight. I wouldn't mind that fight. Chavez is an entertaining dude. He's a big dude that's gonna stand in there and fight. That always makes for good fights, man. Hey, Bright Kid, you got something else for us?
No, that'll be all, man.
All right, brother.
That'll be it.
Yeah. So, Vic, did you hear about this Rigondeaux, Santa Cruz? Man, I tried to call. Oh man, I'll tell you that. I tried to call Rigondeaux today. I went through hell and still.
Well, I heard he's close to signing with someone. News should be out either tomorrow or next week. I mean, even though he's signed to Caribe, but I heard he's close to signing with the new co-promoter.
Which is?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, well, because Top Rank made it clear that they have no intentions of re-signing him to a contract with the same high minimum purse as the one that he just completed. But the thing is, Rigondeaux has to make a mandatory defense against Chris Avalos. He's only got 30 days to do that negotiation, and like I said earlier, the minimum offer is $100,000. But the thing is this: he called out Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo Santa Cruz also said, "I'm a super champion, WBA, WBO." Oh no. This is actually Rigondeaux tweeting him. He said, "I'm clearly he has all the titles, whatever. You guys can find it yourself." But he said, "I'm the super champion, WBA, WBO, the ring, and 122 pound, and I challenge you, Leo Santa Cruz, to see who's the king." Rigondeaux tweeted it a few days ago. But the thing is that Leo Santa Cruz responded. He said, "We are ready to fight. Rigo El Chacal 305, anytime, any place. We aren't afraid to fight anybody. I love all my fans. Thanks for the support." So, do you think this even happens? I mean, Leo is, he's fought really no one on the level of a Rigondeaux. Vic, are you there? I guess not. Okay. Let me bring Nelta on then. Nelta, what's up, brother?
Yo, what up, Ness?
Chilling, man. I don't know. Losing Vic. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man. For a second, Ringside Robbie was the only one on the show. He straight gang rushed all y'all. He took over that motherfucker.
I couldn't even hear him. I don't know what happened, man. Blog Talk, little glitch.
Yeah. All y'all got muted, and then Ringside Robbie was on. He's like, "Hello, hello." I'll call back in there. Then he hung up.
Oh man. So talk to me.
Nah, man. Hey, first of all, got to give a shout out to the little guys, to the 105 pounders. We got Francisco Rodriguez unifying with Katsunari Takayama. That's a unification, man. That's the type of shit that Garcia should be doing. That's the type of shit that Rigo and Leo Santa Cruz should be doing. Best fighting the best, regardless of what size or whatever. These two guys, they don't even have to fight each other, but they're doing it. So they're doing it because they get paid, man. They're getting that big money. They're getting that big respect, and they're doing it big. And it's gonna be on that Bien Espanol channel. I don't got that out here on my cable, but that supposedly is supposed to be on DirecTV and Dish and Fios and all that. So y'all should look out for that, because I think that's gonna be a real fight between those two. Those guys can really box, man.
What weight class?
Some good shit. 105.
Man,
the smallest one, man. The littlest dudes.
I eat those guys for appetizers, man. I ain't got time for that.
You got to peep it, man. Those are the fights of the year, man.
Nah. Vic is back, and that's right up his alley.
Yeah, if there's any card I'm gonna watch, is the 105 card. I mean, let's be real here, guys. That Showtime card is fucking terrible, fucking terrible. Can I say it one more time? Fucking terrible. Danny Garcia is a 50-1 fucking, or whoever he's fighting is a 50-1 underdog. Lamont Peterson is his opponent's a 33-1 underdog. I mean, goddamn, average that shit out. I mean, I'm not saying you got to give us all competitive fights, but give me something that's kind of even. I don't know, man.
Wait a minute. I thought that Garcia Salka was 33-1. You're saying 51?
50-1. It jumped up today.
Damn. Smoke.
That's just crazy. That shit's almost to. I think Rigondeaux was 100-1. Rigondeaux's odds versus that dude he fought was 100-1. It's around the same thing. I don't know, man.
It's funny because when Josh was interviewing him, he defended the betting line. He tried to say that he defended the fight by saying that the betting line thought they knew that Danny was gonna lose to Matisse too. That Danny was like a 6-1 or some shit like that. Oh,
he was only a 2-1 dog. I know because my wife bet money on him, so she won.
Leave it to Angel. You know, he said 6-1, so you know.
Yeah.
He was 2-1.
Well, you know,
he was
he's gonna
2-1.
exaggerate. That's how he is.
He was 2-1. Fucking lying.
But yeah, I wanted to give props to those dudes. You gonna watch that fight, Vic?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it probably Sunday. I'm gonna be out because it's my wife's birthday, so I gotta be the hubby. But I watch it Sunday. I mean, I'll probably watch all this shit on Sunday. That's just what I do.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff, man. Both of those guys are action fighters.
I binge it all at once, man.
Wow. I break mines up, man.
But that fight
tonight too, we got Belmonte's Cotto. I'm looking forward to that. I think Belmonte's gonna take it.
Belmontes, you got Belmontes too?
He should.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, I think Cotto's soft, man. I think Cotto's soft.
Well, the one
definitely take
that Belmontes has is the stamina thing. Because I mean, he was whooping on Figueroa, and then he got tired, and Figueroa just kind of boxed his way to a decision.
Good analogy.
But yeah, man, he was clowning the shit out of him. But the thing is, I know Belmontes, he's only had one training camp. That was the only full training camp he's ever had against Omar, because he has that one. I can't remember that dude's name, the football player. He's like he's backing him, whatever. Like he like helped sponsor him for that fight in order to get him a full camp. So now that he's doing full camps and he doesn't have to work full time and stuff, he probably will do a little bit better. Because, I mean, you got to think, if he wins this fight, he should be in line for a title shot at 130, because 130 is pretty wide open. I mean, the only other, like, real contenders out there is, like, Yayo Thompson.
Nah. You kidding me?
What?
Because you beat... Hell no, he don't deserve a title shot because he beat fucking Abner Cotto, man. Abner Cotto folded like fucking ply tissue paper, man, versus Omar Figueroa. You kidding me?
Well, who else deserves a title shot at 130 more than him? I mean, outside of, like I'm saying, like Thompson and Gamboa.
Yo, let me tell you something. I don't know who deserves it more. I just tell you that Joel Diaz fights at 130. He would put Belmontes, man. He would put Belmontes in fucking. Oh my.
Yeah, you love Joel Diaz, dude.
Joel
Diaz.
Joel Diaz? He ain't at 130.
No,
he's talking about Joel Diaz Jr.
Joel Diaz Jr.
Oh,
listen,
okay.
listen. Let me tell y'all something, right? When this kid blows up, don't fucking get on the bandwagon. I've been telling y'all about this kid since forever and a day.
He loves this guy.
So listen, because I'm telling you right now, listen, Verdejo right now steps in the ring with Joel Diaz, punishes his ass, punish him, send him back to the island crying. Okay?
I agree with you, dude.
You so high on this kid, man.
Yeah, Vic, he's got 13, 16 fights now, and when he had 11 or 13, he had already fought guys that people who are 14 and 16 fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's way above his time, and he's got a solid chin. And for all you Golovkin lovers, back him, because he's side by side with Golovkin every single training camp. His kid's stamina. I mean, look at in the Alistine fight. Did he look tired to you? He was taking some shots. That was an awkward fight for him. He still got the job done, but did he look tired? No. The dude's stamina, man. He trains in Big Bear every camp. Just like Nelta was saying, that Belmontes can't afford a real camp. This dude has the luxury of being, a protege of Sanchez, and he gets to train up there and do his thing. And I believe in that kid, dude. He's got real power at that division, man. He's hurting dudes with his punches, believe me. And he's just like Golovkin.
I agree with you there, man.
He's just like Golovkin in the sense that he knows how to cut the ring off. Take a look at that fight that was awkward on Showbox. But anyway, man, let's move on.
Yeah.
Now, what else you got for me?
Man, just as far as this Saturday, yeah, I mean, it's a garbage card, man. It's really irritating that, like, this shit is already coming up right now. Like, I mean, the fact that Danny, Peterson, Matisse, Broner, and Berto are all fighting guys that aren't each other is fucking ridiculous. So, I mean, that's why I was giving a shout out to the little guys, especially because they showing all the so-called big names and all that bullshit exactly what it is, exactly what boxing really is. And I mean, I'm anxious to see Willie Nelson again because I like watching that dude fight. He kind of reminds me of Paul Williams, for a number of reasons. And it kind of makes me miss Paul Williams, so it's bittersweet because that dude, he was the shit to watch, man. And then Zhang Jilei is on that card too. He's making his pro debut, the Olympic Chinese heavyweight, the one that won the silver.
What do you think about that dude? A lot of people, I've read a lot of articles about him today. What do you think of that dude? Have you seen him at all? I mean, I haven't got a chance to look at him yet.
For being a big guy, he's pretty slick. He moves pretty smoothly. I mean, he's like 6'5" or 6'6" and like 240, 250, something like that. And I mean, he moves around pretty well. I mean, he lost the last Olympics to Anthony Joshua in the quarterfinal, that I remember. And I mean, that was a legit loss. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like when Joshua fought that other dude, Savon. But I mean, overall, Gillet is a pretty good fighter. He's got good pedigree. So, and the interesting thing is, though, like his biggest rival in the amateurs, that dude, Vyacheslav Glazkov, is fighting on Saturday too.
Oh yeah.
They traded losses in the amateurs. Those two, they were big time rivals with each other. Because Glazkov is fighting Derek Rossi for some ungodly reason. That's good. That's going to be a blowout on NBC. So I mean, the NBC card isn't much better than the Showtime card from the looks of it. Matter of fact, I think that Edgar Santana might actually give Lamont Peterson a tough fight.
You're not the first person to say that. I've heard a lot of people say that, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen much of the dude as well. I should start paying attention to this guy.
Physicality will be a problem for Peterson. Because Peterson's the type of guy that normally likes to kind of bully his opponent, and he's normally capable of doing that. But I mean, you saw how that worked out against Bradley and Matisse. It didn't work out so well for him. He was the one getting bullied in those fights. But I mean, of course, I'm not putting that dude on those two guys' level. But
no.
I can't believe. I'm still befuddled that you would think that Belmontes would get a shot. Like, he's fighting at 125, right?
No, it's at 130, dog.
It's at 130.
Like at 130.
Well, still, a guy, Joel Diaz fights at 130, and he beat the shit out of Belmontes. I'm sorry.
Well, there you go.
But anyway. Yo, you not excited about fucking Danny Garcia, yo?
Yeah, man, I'm hella excited. We rolling. Play that.
Rod Salka gonna upset. I'm telling you.
I mean, I hope Rod Salka does something. I don't know, man. That's just terrible.
Yeah, I think Salka might actually give Garcia trouble in the first few rounds because Garcia's not the type of guy that really cut off the ring. You saw he had problems even with fucking heel pain, for fuck's sake. And, but, I mean, if Garcia looks bad in this fight, like, he needs to stop, start, like, really fighting tough opponents, man.
I'm saying, if any of these dudes look bad against this competition, they're not that good anymore. Like, they're just not.
Yep.
They're just not.
Nah, I still give my boy a pass.
Nah, if he looks terrible in this, man, he should. I don't know, dude. You can't Rod Salka.
Hey, Nelta, I'm glad that you're on, and I gotta get you off, man. I got a lot of callers. Love you until love for. But listen, you telling me Chavez never had this type of fight?
Yeah, Chavez had this type of fight, but I'm saying the whole card is a cab driver type of fight. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
That's why I think people are pissed.
When Chavez was a champion, he never had this type of fight, man. He was fighting nothing but contenders.
No way. Listen,
and also,
listen. Juan Manuel Marquez about to fight in Mexico. He about to have this type of fight. Knock it off, man. People do this shit. Let's get over it.
Dude,
let's be happy that the date.
Unified.
Let's be happy that the date is here and we can get it over with and see what happens next.
Yo, Ness, if you take a L, you get a chance to have a softer touch. if you don't take an L and you're kicking ass, you don't get that. You don't get that pad.
No, I completely agree, Nelta. You know I'm fucking with you. Like, but all I'm saying is nothing we can do. It's here. It's done. Let's let it.
Just don't watch. Just don't watch. Don't watch.
Well, now that it's here, let's put the pressure on Danny to fight some real motherfuckers. That's what.
Well, again, that could only happen after he fights and wins. So that's what I'm saying. It's here, let it happen and get it over with. So that's it. We ain't got to worry about that shit no more. I mean, because it's a bad fight, and it's a bad fight. The worst thing that can happen is that he loses to a guy like Salka, and he ruins all the momentum that he had. But people still want to see him fight somebody. They'll still want to see him versus a Rios or somebody like that.
Well, I mean, Broner, man. Garcia versus Broner is a fight that should be made. I mean, that's like,
the fight I want.
To make something like that.
I want that.
I mean, you know what? Golden Boy can mix and match Broner, Matisse, Garcia, Peterson as many times as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because this is the thing.
No, exactly.
Lamont Peterson versus Danny Garcia, I don't know how big it is. Lamont Peterson has some fame, but he does have some backlash because, you know, he fought Amir Khan. So Amir Khan was a bigger fighter at the time and gave Lamont
forget
Peterson
Amir Khan, dude. He got knocked the fuck out by Matisse. That's the reason why that's not a good fight. Let Peterson go rematch his ass or fight somebody better and redeem himself. That motherfucker ain't redeemed himself. Paper title having ass.
Yeah, but at 140, I think Derry Jean is a decent win. It's a way better tune-up fight than what Garcia's getting.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make, the comparison game, but still, it's not like I wouldn't want to see him against Garcia, man. I want to see Broner versus Garcia or Ferreira versus Garcia in the rematch.
Well, you won't
like that.
Yeah, you could throw in Herrera in there. You could mix and match those five guys. You can do a lot there.
I would love Garcia Broner. I would pay fucking pay-per-view for that. Now, let me get to some other people, man. There's a lot of people here, and I've been with you for a minute.
No problem, man.
Where we at? 267, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yo, what's up? This is B from Philly, man.
B, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, man? Yo, I listen to this show all the time, man. I be listening to shit when I'm at work. I be listening to shit like for a long ass time, man. I just want to tell y'all, man, I really enjoy y'all show. It's my first time calling in, but I gotta voice my opinion, man. I'm from Philly, and I can't give Danny a pass for this bullshit, man. This is straight bullshit. Fucking Rod Salka, motherfucking number 77 of the WBC. Not even ranked by the WBC, I'm sorry. And fucking the belt not up. You know what I mean? He's fighting just for the fucking kick of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't gonna be nobody in that motherfucking Barclays Center, man. Like, this shit can be empty. And, like, me and my mans, we was gonna ride up and support, but I can't even ride with him. Like, real shit, man. Like, he letting us down right now. Like, Danny came out with a bang. Like, you know what I mean? Beating the big dog Matisse, knocking everybody the fuck out along the way. And, like, Philly was riding for him like crazy. But, like, you be seeing on the Instagram and everything, they just clowning this dude. Like, it make no sense. Like, what is you doing right now? Like, you just fucking your career up. And this that, you know what I mean? I'm getting money right now, and I ain't worried about nobody and the fans, you know what I mean, fucking type of attitude. It's that elitist attitude that, you know what I mean, is about to take his shit on the downfall. Like, I don't think Rob Salka the one to do it, but it's probably going to come, like, sooner or later, like, real rap.
Let me tell you something, though, right? This still could work in his favor, Vic, because he'll become that they hate him guy, so they're going to watch to make sure that he loses. And if he wins, then some of those guys might end up being Garcia fans again because, you know, the fact of the matter is the fight is bad, but the kid still could fight. And if moving forward he's matched, you know, with a Broner, we're happy. If we're matched with, if he's matched with Lamont Peterson, okay. And if he's moving up, you know, I don't even know who to put him in with. I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you want to be the hated guy, you're also going to have some people that like you a lot. I mean, that's how Mayweather does it because he's got people that want to see him win. He's got people that want to see him lose. Right now, Danny has a lot of people that want to see him lose.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Right. What he has.
Yeah, I don't think there's that many people that want to see him win right now. Mayweather still has that. Broner, I think, still has that. I don't know.
Yeah, but Danny has the equalizer with the power, because if he's not gonna knock you out, he's still gonna affect you with the power. So people love that. So if he's in a dogfight and he's got to dig deep with a you know, not at that weight, but with a Diego Chavez style, Brandon Rios style, even Lamont Peterson. You know, Lamont Peterson is right there. He loves getting down and dirty into the body, and fighting close and shoving and pushing. You know that. That's the type of fight Danny needs. A dude that's gonna bring the fight to him because he thinks he's a counterpuncher. You know that. But moving past this Salka fight, there's no wrong option at 140. I mean, you got John Molina, you got what's this kid's name? Brandon Rios is not even in the equation. But you got Broner, you got Matisse, you got Peterson. If they're gonna reuse Derry Jean, okay, and who else do you got? Let me just pull up the rankings. I'm telling you, but regardless, moving forward, unless they do this to us again. Now, I don't think they have the audacity to do this shit, 2 times in a row, like 2 routes Salka level. I don't know. I don't think they would do that. But if they don't at 140, if he stays at 140, Algieri's tied up with Pacquiao. He would have to either rematch Herrera, rematch Lucas Matisse, fight Lamont Peterson. I'd accept a Delorme fight. I know a lot of people mentioned that after Delorme beat Mayfield, they was pegging him to beat Danny. I'd accept a Delorme fight, especially if it means Danny going back to HBO. We're still looking for more fighters from Golden Boy to go on and have fights on HBO outside of Hopkins. I wouldn't accept Nelta's boy Khabib. I'd accept Pistol. I think Pistol will give him a lot of trouble because he's very technical. If Emmanuel Taylor beats Broner, I'd definitely accept Emmanuel Taylor. I mean, you got Joan Perez who just lost, and I can't believe Humberto Soto is still fighting. I just can't even believe that. Remember Matisse knocked him out like 2-3 years ago? This is crazy. Let me get to some other callers here, man. 301, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, what up, Ness?
Chilling, brother, chilling.
It is Liz Q from Maryland. Hey, look, I agree with QB. I'm picking all upsets this weekend. What's his name? Jacobs, he's a bum. Lamont Peterson's a bum. And one more question. I mean, I don't understand why y'all keep bringing Lamont Peterson's name in with Danny Garcia. Lamont Peterson is a bum. He hasn't beat anybody. He lost to Lucas Matisse. He only beat Gary John. He beat a bum-ass Kendall Holt. He robbed Amir Khan. Like, he's a bum. Why do y'all keep bringing...
I don't think he robbed Amir Khan. I think he won that fight. I think Khan...
Oh.
Listen, Khan was in there and he couldn't take the fucking heat. That's why he kept pushing. I'm glad the referee deducted points. He was pushing all night, and people should not defend that shit. Don't condone holding and don't condone pushing. They need to always take points for that bullshit. He does that all the time. He did it in the Collazo fight again.
And he should have been deducted some points for that shit.
He's always pushing. It's not fair, and you shouldn't accept that shit, man. Don't follow him for that bullshit. That's not even boxing.
Okay, so was he hugging and pushing more in the Collazo fight than he was in the Lamont Peterson fight?
No, in the Collazo fight, he did it a lot less. He was in total control. He dominated that fight.
He dominated
But in the Peterson fight, boy, that heat in that kitchen was on fire. And he kept backing up, and he ain't had nowhere to go, so he had to push off. And Peterson was digging to the body all fucking night. I don't even understand how guys debate that shit, man. Peterson was all in that boy's ass. He was not expecting that. And Peterson got a surge from... Listen, you have to go to D.C. to realize that Peterson's no bum. He could definitely beat you in his hometown without a robbery. It's just the adrenaline rush, man. Like that Kendall Holt fight, you shit on the Kendall Holt, but that was a solid win. Derry Jean, you don't have to give him credit because, we only seen Derry Jean once on Showbox, and if you was like me, you seen him online like 2 more times other than that in some Canadian casino fighting nobodies. But you could see that he was technically good. I just didn't know he was that little. He was very small next to Lamont Peterson.
Hey, but look though. So look, yeah, I'm choosing Salka. I'm choosing Salka, but I mean, to be realistic, I know Danny Garcia gonna win. But if Danny Garcia don't knock his bum out, I mean, if he don't knock somebody out that went the distance with bum ass Ricardo Alvarez, then I'm gonna be highly disappointed. And even if he don't knock him out, even if he just dominate him, he better not gloat about it, because that's not an accomplishment to gloat about. If he gloats about this if he wins and he gloats about the victory, I'm no longer Team Swift.
All right, 301, man. Thanks for calling in.
Oh.
And the
Lightning Rod Salka, baby.
Oh man, good for Salka. He's gonna pay
Robbie,
that.
talk to us.
Good evening, Ness. Well, if I would have known I was on the air, I would have stayed on. I was worried about what I was going to talk about, but Boxing MD and a few other people gave me some topics here. First of all, to that person that wrote the review about not allowing casual fans to participate in this show, you haven't listened long enough. A lot of people call into this show and say it's their first time calling. Ness does not ignore anybody that calls. If you show up on the switchboard, as soon as he mentions your area code, that means it's your time to speak. So you have nobody else to blame but yourself if you haven't called into the switchboard. So don't say that we need a special show for casual fans. Anybody's allowed to call this show. If you listen, you're allowed to call. Okay, next point. Look, the business of boxing will always have to be discussed. We cannot avoid discussing about Al Heyman. We cannot avoid discussing purses and pay-per-view numbers. And if we don't get the pay-per-view numbers, then we have to go on the Nielsen ratings. And I hope this Saturday night the Nielsen ratings for Showtime suck. I hope it's the worst rating in history. You know, this is the worst boxing card of the entire year. Okay, and as I pointed out many, many times before, we as boxing fans, we shouldn't support this. But some of us who actually do radio shows have to watch this because we've got to be able to talk about it, because you know people are going to call in and ask questions about it. So yes, I will be spending Saturday night watching this card, even though it's the worst card on the planet. I hope somebody gets thoroughly embarrassed for accepting a fight like this, and hopefully boxing is taught a lesson. You know, it probably will not happen. And remember, if Daniel Jacobs wins this fight of his, he becomes the mandatory challenger for Triple G. So his lights are going to be put out. That's going to be his reward for winning this fight. So hopefully he's not really excited about that prospect. And Chavez, I can't take him seriously anymore. He avoided Golovkin. He doesn't want to accept the deal for Froch. He's reminding me of Andre Ward. I mean, they fall into the same category at this point. Unless you're in the ring, I don't want to hear about you.
Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Chavez, Ward, Mikey Garcia. It is what it is. I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. You don't want to fight, then why should we talk about you?
You know, now people are allowed to call in and talk about whatever they want.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Unfortunately, we have to talk about these individuals that choose not to fight. If Chavez no longer wants to fight, he needs to retire, okay? Bob Arum has gone out of his way to give him legitimate offers for Golovkin, and now he's trying to do the same thing for Froch, and he doesn't want to accept them. Okay, well, give Carl Froch somebody that he will accept. If he doesn't want to, if Chavez doesn't want to fight him, give Carl Froch somebody that he's interested in fighting, because Carl Froch does not need to retire. He's still got a lot left.
I agree.
Bobby, let me get to some other people here, man, because we got a lot of callers on the line. I believe this is my good friend Ari. What's up?
Hello, can you hear me, Ness?
Loud and clear, brother. Staying up
Yeah,
late
what's
over
up?
there?
What's up? What's up, Vic?
What's up, Ari? What's good, baby?
How you, Rob? Yeah, Ness, I got a couple of things to say, but first of all, I seen your interview with Jacobs, and he sounded delusional, man. You know what interview I'm talking about?
The one at Coney Island?
Yeah, I think so. The one where you're saying that he's unstoppable and all this kind of talk and bigging up the paper belt. He needs to stop that talk, and if he wants to fight for a WBA belt, he needs to get the real one off Triple G. Because even though Robbie said he's going to be mandatory, they're not going to force a mandatory. WBA never make their regular champs fight the supers, you know what I mean?
Nope.
So we're never going to see that fight. They're just going to pump him up as a champion for years or for months or years, whatever, and then they're going to make the Quinlan fight maybe down the line. But another thing, Ken Porter, man. I don't like this guy, you know, he's shifty. Like, you see the way he answers the drug testing questions?
Well, what was your perception of it?
I don't know, man. He fidgets, bro. And, like, he's a bit, I don't know, man. He's just, I don't get confidence off him. Like, you're with Conti, and this, apparently, the drug testing ain't even going to be USADA, like Hearn wanted it. Hearn had it in the contract. They wanted it to be USADA. Apparently, it's not going to be USADA because USADA said that they didn't have long enough to do the testing, most probably because of how the porters were, you know what I mean, kept changing dates around. So now apparently it's going to be UCLA or something like that. So I don't know if there's sufficient testing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the testing has been an issue for a minute though, you know, and Oscar blamed it on Eric Gomez being in charge of that, and then, you know, also said that Heyman was in charge of that, and it is what it is, brother. It is what it is on the testing. Your guy's just gonna have to know how to fight at this point, because Bieber said it time and time again, like, yo, steroids don't make you more skillful.
Makes you stronger though. And I've been seeing how Devin Azan's been talking. Devin
You guys believe
talking a lot.
that Kell Brook is strong?
Yeah, he's strong.
All right. Hello? Then, so they're in their fair, because listen, as far as we know, they're clean until proven guilty.
Yeah, I know. But look at I don't know, man. I don't understand why you're gonna be lined up with guys like Conti who, you know what I mean, they got massive scandals and their reputation and shit. How many strength and conditioning coaches is there out there?
Yeah, but Ari, the same reason that Pacquiao was with fucking Ariza for all them years.
And he had question marks, and he's got question marks over him as well.
And there was always going to be question marks until the commissions decide to do anti-doping year-round, or at least for when a fighter fights. But until then, you know, that's there's always going to be speculation.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. Yeah, but obviously we don't like it, do we? But again, like you said, what can we do? Isn't it?
Ever since they started testing, at least they caught guys. So, you know, look, they're saying this is the more stringent line of testing. You know, look at the Kovalev Hopkins. This Big knows about that one. There's not going to be any testing for that fight. Kovalev doesn't even want to rattle the bed, brother. He doesn't even want to ask for drug testing because he doesn't want this fight to slip through his fingers. You know, it is what it is. This is a dirty sport, brother. Until the conditions step up, we're screwed.
Well, I mean, that's what they said. They wanted the commission to step up. It's not up to the promoter. It's not up to anyone. It's up to the commission. I mean, it's a farce. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, don't you want to prove to yourself or prove to the world you're clean? If you don't, then fine. But I mean, everyone's on camera saying everyone's clean. You know, I'm 99.9% sure Bernard Hopkins is clean. Blah 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 blah. But you know, no one wants to take the initiative to actually prove it. And I'm not hating on Bernard. I mean, that's for everyone. I mean, I asked Kovalev if he wanted it.
I hear you, Vic. But let me quickly talk about this joke card that we got coming up on Saturday. I ain't staying up because over here we have to stay up till like 5 a.m. to watch that bullshit. So I'm not staying up. I'm gonna catch you in the morning, most probably on Simbros or whatever, somewhere, you know, download or something. I ain't giving them no business. And all you guys in America over there, you need to avoid watching on Showtime, get a stream or something, so we show them in the ratings that we're not going to have this bullshit, and then watch it again, and then watch next week's one and show the good ratings for the good fight that they're giving us in Porterbrook. And you know me, that next week card is actually good, but this week's card is just pathetic, man. I'm seeing Garcia, the way Garcia's talking as well, though, doesn't he know he's hurting his image and like his fan base, the way he's talking? Like, it's not a good look. And I don't care about Peterson anyway, because he shouldn't have
I like
that
the
belt
way
anyway,
he's
but,
talking.
you know what I mean? You like the way he's talking? Or like haters
Absolutely.
gonna hate kind of talk?
He's saying he could beat anybody at 147. I like the way he's talking.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how he's condoning this fight.
Well, again, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I mean, we knew about this, what, maybe 90 days ago, 60 days ago?
Yeah, but this hasn't. It's just ridiculous, man. Something like this should never be happening. Where it's so bad that your you know what I mean, the belts are not even up for the line because of how terrible the fight is, and you're still having this fight. You could pick anyone in the top 15 in either side of WBA, WBC, and you still don't want to do that, and you still want to fight this this guy. Like, look, even Santana, I don't really rate Peterson because of he shouldn't even have the belt, but at least he's fighting someone that's in the top 15 of his rankings, you know what I mean? So you can't really shit on Peterson too hard, but Garcia, he's got no excuse.
Now, there is no excuse, but yo, Saturday night, you never know. Lightning may strike.
Yeah, maybe so.
There's a better chance of Lightning striking on me than Rod Salka winning the fight, but
no.
Yeah, Lightning's gonna strike on me. Not in the ring.
Upsets happen. Upsets happen, man. We never know. We never know.
All right. And then everyone's gonna say, "Oh, I told you." I swear, if any of these fights are competitive, I don't want to hear shit about matchmaking and shit like that. It just means the other guy's not that good.
Yo, so what do you guys think about Deontay Wilder taking an interim fight in the meantime? I like this. I like his attitude. He's been added to the Porter card.
Yeah, he's fighting what, Mike Shepard?
Yeah, but the opponent doesn't matter. Staying busy is what matters.
That's true.
Getting off that training camp so that you don't overexert yourself.
That's true. I mean, stay busy, fight, wait for Steve Earn. I'm alright with it. I mean, what do you want him to do? Fight a top 10 guy and lose his title shot?
As long as he doesn't waste any minutes on the Showtime, you know what I mean?
He'll probably be on the Extreme card, though. He'll probably be on Extreme.
See that shit.
Well, hopefully he gets a big knockout and they at least give us a highlight reel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little highlight reel just to see it. But yeah, man. If you're just shaking off the rust, you can't really, you know what I mean? You can't say nothing really.
So you give Lamont Peterson a pass for Edgar Santana, huh?
I don't really see him as a champion, to be honest. So I don't really I couldn't care what Peterson does.
Okay, I understand that now.
Because he's only got that belt because of a technicality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was negotiated for that to end up that way.
So yeah, man, I'm not sure they won't even watch any of. Yeah, man, I ain't thinking.
Yo, actually, Ari, since you're over there, what's going on with this Eddie Hearn thing? Is it true that he offered Rigondeaux a deal and he turned it down, Vic?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear anything about that.
There's a tweet.
And
unless it was a fake account, I seen it.
It's probably a fake account. Eddie Hearn's got like 6 different parodies.
Yeah, I think it's fake because Hearn said in the past he ain't looking to promote any guys who are not British, and you know what I mean. He said that before.
No, but he doesn't have to promote Rigondeaux to make a fight with Rigondeaux.
What do you mean? He doesn't want Quick to fight him. He said it in the past. He knows that Quick won't win that fight. He's happy for Quick to be walking around with his fake belt. He's actually said it. I've seen an interview. He said it like no way. You know what I mean? Because Rigondeaux, it's not high money as well. You know what I mean? The money's not big, so no point because they know it's a loss straight away.
Oh, okay. Well, Ari, let me get to some other callers, brother. I'm sorry you were on hold that long, man. You got to get my attention.
Nah, it's all good.
It's just so many people. Everybody gets mad at me. All right, let me get to somebody else here. Let me see. 760, you're live in the box of voice. Who's this?
Yo, what's happening, man? It's KT from LA. What's going on?
Brother,
You?
chilling.
Yo, check it out, man. This is what I'm gonna say about Danny Garcia real quick, right? I'm from South Central, so when I look at shit with Danny Garcia, any motherfucker that make it out the hood, make it out the streets, and get to the level where he at, and then at his age, and then give back. As far as that motherfucker has my respect. You know what I'm saying? On that aspect, he can fight 10 other Salkas. On that aspect, he got my respect. You feel me? But you know the nigga, so I'm asking you. Between fights, he looked like he swell up a lot, dog. He looked real thick, man. In between fights, you feel me? Does he kind of like not discipline himself in between fights?
I don't know him on that level to know if he does or he doesn't. To be honest with you, I've seen him I've seen him in between fights. He goes up like anybody, I guess. This is the first time that he's having a catchweight. Remember, and he's been at 140 for 8 years. So if he's having trouble, we can't forget that there's been a lot of fighters before him that had trouble. Mikey Garcia was the guy that had trouble making weight. We don't want to talk about Juan Guzman, but there's a bunch of guys, Sometimes you just can't stay at these weight divisions all that long, He needs to vacate, though. If he can't make weight, he needs to vacate.
Oh, I know. I don't think he's the only one. It's just he looked extra thick to me. But I think what's gonna happen this Saturday is everybody talking about they're not gonna watch it and fuck around, and people are gonna watch just to see him lose because a lot of motherfuckers don't like him. And I think the ratings are gonna show a lot of people watching just to hope Salka fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
Yeah, man, everybody's praying the lightning strikes, it looks like, man. Not me, man. I'm still riding with my boy, man. It is what it is. It's not the greatest fight. The titles are not on the line. Unfortunately, it's on TV. It's taking up a television date where we could have had a more meaningful fight. But I'm not just gonna jump off the bandwagon, man. I know that there's still some fights that could be made. I'm gonna hold hope for Danny Garcia versus Adrian Broner to be made. But 706, let me get to some other callers, brother. I'm sorry if you was on hold too long, but it's a lot of people here, man. Thank you. 773, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yo, what's good?
Tony,
Hello.
what up?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Chilling, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah. No, I was talking about Danny. Everybody's going to watch a Danny fight regardless of what they say, They're going to watch this card, I believe. And for the other callers who've been calling saying that none of the fighters, and let me just say Julio Cesar Chavez is one of my favorite all-time boxers. When he was saying that Julio Cesar Chavez, all the other great fighters never took, easy fights, that's just bullshit. It's wrong and it's inaccurate. They've all done it. They've all fought Kenny Vices. They've all fought Sammy Fuenteses, when they was on top. It just happens. And I'm just glad that, he's not making it's not a pay-per-view fight because, then we all have an excuse to be pissed off. But, like I said, the thing about Danny that I'm pissed off about, okay, yeah, of course, Ness, we're both big Danny fans, me and you. So we're clearly we're not happy about this opponent, However, I man, bro, it's just hard, man, because people were saying Herrera was a bum, all of a sudden they want him, they want him to fight Mauricio Herrera again, you know what I'm saying, and that's just not gonna happen, he could fight him, but he doesn't need to fight him right away. You see what I'm saying? And Salka, it's a fucked up fight, but like I said, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna deal with it. I just don't like the fact that Danny got. It seems like he kind of got rabbit ears. You know what I'm saying? Like after the Herrera fight, everybody was saying that, oh man, that Danny got fucked up. That this and this and that. That he lost the fight and all that shit. And he got kind of like rabbit ears, and it pissed him off. So he decided he was gonna fight, Rob Salka, a lightweight, just to kind of prove to everybody else, hey man, I am Danny Garcia and I am the man. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't really think like that. You know what I'm saying? He's proven it. You know what I'm saying? I just think all that abuse he took early in his career, when people saying he was a bum, that he wasn't shit, that he still had a lot to prove, it lingered, man, and you could tell it really affected him. And I think that I seen it in that video that you did with him, you know, Ness, the other day when Danny kind of snapped. You know, like he started cursing, he started going off a little bit. When you asked, I forgot what question you asked him. I don't know if you remember the question you asked him, but he was like, "Oh man, people talking shit about me and it's bullshit and blah blah blah," you know. And Danny just went off, you know. And I was like, "Damn, what the fuck," you know. But like I said, man, he just needs to chill out. And another thing, Lamont Peterson, I'm sorry, I've never seen it, you know. If you say he's a good fighter, okay, that's as far as I'm gonna go with him. To me, he's an average fighter, and that's it. He's nothing more than one of those gatekeeper fighters. That's it. And Amir Khan, I just never seen anything spectacular or special. Danny should be fighting Lamont because I think that he'll beat the shit out of Lamont Peterson, in my opinion. Even if it is in DC, it don't matter. Like I don't know, man. That's basically all I have to say, man. But
that fight's in
I will be
DC.
tuning in Saturday night, though.
That fight's in DC, man, and you're gonna see the best Lamont Peterson of his career, brother. I'm telling you that. I don't know if they'll make it there simply because it'll probably be a bigger fight in the Barkley. But I think that, like the other caller, hey Tony, I'm gonna place you on hold to get to some other callers. But Vic, I think like the other caller said, you lose momentum. Danny Garcia loses momentum. I'm pretty sure even if this next fight is a big fight outside of the name Broner, no one else really moves the needle, do they?
Well, I think you can rematch Matisse if you want to move the needle again, or give Herrera a rematch, or you know what? Keith Thurman.
Now, you think Matisse Garcia 2 does what? 1.2, 1.4? What? Because, I mean, Broner, what did Broner do for Maidana?
I believe 1.4.
And what did he do before that with Malignaggi? He did 1.2. You got to move the needle, is what I'm saying. And I don't think.
I think Matisse, you put Matisse Garcia on Showtime as a main event. I think you're getting good numbers. I mean, that's
1.4 though. You think?
I mean, that many people are gonna get 1.4. I mean, that's Chavez, Cotto, Golovkin, Stevens type of range. I don't know. You do over $1 million on premium cable. I mean, unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, it isn't great. But for boxing figures, it is.
All right, let me get to some of these guys here. 407, you're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this? 407, you're live.
Yo, how's it going? It's Boxing MD. You got to me earlier, but I got cut off.
All right, brother, go for it.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say. First thing is, people are saying, we're still gonna watch this, this Danny Garcia fight. I mean, just take 5 seconds, inconvenience yourself slightly, and just stream the fucking fight if you care about boxing. Let's be real. Like, Nielsen ratings do matter, and it takes, you might be inconvenienced to see a shitty stream, but like, it's a shitty fucking fight, and as boxing fans, it's the only thing we could do, and we really should not watch this fight. It's just inconvenience yourself for one night of boxing, or don't watch it. Go out on Saturday night. Like, so I'm not watching this fight Saturday night. I'll watch it in the morning, like a lot of people are gonna do. But don't make it seem like it's all business as usual. We're gonna watch this fucking fight because just the power we have is with the remote. They don't listen to what we say. Obviously, they say that time and again that our voices really don't matter. So the clicker button's the only thing that matters. And one last thing, and I don't expect you to answer this question because just kind of this is like a deep water, but like honestly, like I don't know if Danny Garcia has like a full deck of cards, like as far as like IQ wise. I mean, I think that's why he lets Angel Garcia doing a lot of his talking for him. He just comes off as like, I don't know, like simple. Is that Did anybody else like kind of like feel me on that?
I don't know him like that. Like, people get a misconception. I've never hung out. I mean, damn, I did. We did have that, but that was because of Vic. It wasn't even because of me.
I feel you on that. I just never really he just like I would say like he's like an Adrian Broner. Like, if Adrian Broner says some stupid shit, but I think he plays into his act, and I just think that Danny Garcia is literally a Puerto Rican and Adrian Broner, where he I mean, the second the kid got camera time, he was doing interviews with like he was the shit with like, you know, grills, and I don't know, I don't see this kid like, I don't know. I mean, you had a caller from Philly who, I mean, he's losing everybody, and if he's gonna take the route, he knocks this guy out. Even if he knocks this guy out in one round and talks shit, I mean, that's a turnoff to a lot of boxing fans. I mean, who gives a shit? Like, he knocks him out in one round. I mean, I know you'll be rolling, but I mean, I don't know who else will be. I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about this card in this week, and I'll let you guys get to some other callers. Appreciate you guys.
All right, brother. 817, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
You hear me all right now?
Not really, brother. You got us on speakerphone. You need to come to the receiver.
Is that better now?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's a Jasper, man.
What's going on, brother?
Man, fuck this fight, man. I believe we're gonna sit and watch this bullshit. Just like the last caller said, stream that shit, man. Put yourself, you know, go out of the way a little bit to let them know, man. Fuck this bullshit ass fight. For real. Not anything. Y'all know anything about this Fletcher guy Jacobs is fighting?
I know that Jim Grills is going on the record that he's picking Fletcher to upset Jacobs. You know.
What?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, cause I got this little parlay going that I did last week, and he's the last end of it. And I really felt like I didn't know the Fletcher guy. The reason I put Jacobs in there is because I figured Heyman will figure out a way to get him to win no matter what, you know. For real. And anyways, you know, with Garcia, I can't wait till he moves up. Angel's gonna be peeling his ass off the canvas. For real, I can't wait till he moves up and gets with Thurman or something. Next, you're gonna be crying in the crowd, boy.
Thurman won't be fighting him no time soon, man. I'd be shocked.
Man, he's too big for 140. He's got to get up to 147 soon, and them big boys are gonna rake his ass.
That's all right, man. Tito Brasaro's still available. Tito Brasaro.
Garcia is so right, man. You guys just hate Danny. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I like Danny. I'm just saying this bullshit ass fight. He's got it coming. I like Danny. He's a nice kid. I agree with everything the last guy just said. He's kind of simple. Like, he thinks he can rap, but he sounds like shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like Broner. You know, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think people, you know, who are like fans of baseball players, you know, just start cursing them out because they didn't hit a home run tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God! There's a difference between hitting a home run and fighting Rod fucking Salka. Come on, man.
Yeah, then he's hitting a home run in A-ball for knocking out Rod Salka.
Yeah. He's gonna hurt this boy tomorrow. He's gonna hurt this boy tomorrow bad. Ness, you're gonna be dancing in the crowd. Everybody else is gonna be
Matisse is fighting Roberto Ortiz. Who is that? Who is that?
It ain't Matisse's fault. People are scared of that boy. People are scared of it, bro.
You gotta give him the same shit. You gotta give him the same shit.
Okay, so we're gonna protect Matisse's image. Okay.
No, you gotta give him the same shit.
Danny beat him fair and square. That the only reason Danny, you know, I'm not saying anything about that, but people are still scared of him. You know, even people are still scared of his power. They seen what he did to Peterson. They seen what he did to Soto. They seen what he did to other guys. The motherfucker hurt people. Broner should be fighting him this week, not fucking Manuel Taylor. And Broner's scared, and that's why Matisse probably had to take this other fight.
Listen, I don't disagree with you on those certain fights that you're saying should have been made, but again, we have what we have. This is what we have right here. Danny Swift Garcia, Lightning Rod Salka. That's what we got.
Yeah, I just hope you guys listen to the last guy. Y'all stream that shit. Don't watch it. I'm not even gonna watch the fight. I got the parlay on, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. For real. That's all we can do is just not watch the damn fight, man. Watch one of the other fights or something going on that night. This is such bullshit, man. Real.
Well, I'm gonna get to some other callers, brother. I'm gonna try and pick up the pace here. I've been leaving guys on hold too long. 816, you're live on the Boxing Voice. 816, you're live.
Hey, this is the Mad Rapper. I just wanted to say when you speak of Danny Garcia and the Rod Salka fight and everything, I think a lot of people forget that when you look at the 140 division, it's not really as stacked as it used to be. In other words, everyone in that division, because all the how do I say, the best competition moved up to 147 back when it was stacked. Every guy that's there, that's a name, is a bit vulnerable. You know, you got Matisse, who hasn't looked that great. You got Danny, who after the Herrera fight didn't look too great. You got what's his name, Lamont Peterson. Everyone was just talking about, you know, against Matisse, he didn't look too great. So you got all these big question marks. You got Adrian Broner. You get all these question marks, and really, all of these guys, you really don't know what to do. And they're all fairly decent draws. And so it's like when you put these guys against each other, you know, unfortunately what'll happen is if they go against each other, somebody's going to be kind of knocked out of the competition. You see what I'm saying? So it's just that the 140 division is just hard to be in. And I kind of think people forget the fact that as long as the fight is entertaining, as of right now, that's really all that matters. Because, you know, you look at guys that lose, like, what's his name, Jesus Soto Carras or Glenn Johnson, guys with a lot of losses. When they're entertaining, that's all that matters. I think this is going to be an entertaining fight. But I just think that the expectations for this year, because we're getting towards the end of the year, because you only got like September, and you maybe get a few fights in November. You probably don't get too much in December. Because we're at the end of the year, we just had better expectations. But by next year, all of these vulnerable guys are going to have to be in big matchups, and a lot of them are going to basically, you know, fall off that stardom from the big, the big channels like the premium networks.
You had me until you said that, because the sad part is I said that in January that by the end of the year all these guys would be fighting each other. I didn't expect Keith Thurman to be rumored to be fighting Roberto Garcia. You know, I didn't expect Roberto Garcia to confirm that he's been offered that fight. Like, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect, you know, Danny Garcia to be fighting Rod Salka at the end of the year either. Like, we're already in the end of the year. So saying that it's going to get better next year because these guys are freed up, nah, we can't give them that pass again. We already did that in the first half.
You really think they're going to keep giving these guys bums next year, though? I really don't think so. Because basically what will happen is let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question.
Did you expect this year? Did you expect it? Because did you expect this year, the way that this year has turned out, did you expect that coming off of that stellar year last year, all those gigantic fights, and now we get all this, man, this is hot dog shit they're serving us.
But you know why, though, don't you? Why did it happen this way? Think about it. It was because of all the upsets. Algieri upset Provodnikov. Mauricio Herrera upset Danny Garcia. With Marcos Maidana, in a way, upset to many people. I thought Mayweather had won that fight a little bit more clear than what a lot of people thought. But Maidana sort of upset Mayweather. There were a lot of upsets, so it knocked the plan out of rotation. Really, that's what happened. I really think so. If you think about it.
You know what? That makes a lot of freaking sense. A lot.
No, but I think upsets are good. I mean, Algieri beating Provodnikov, I think that's good. I think upsets are good. I'm just saying, like, these mismatches. I mean, I don't know if Ness said it or I said it. We all thought Algieri was going to give Provodnikov problems. I didn't even think Ness was going to pick Algieri. Things like that you can predict, but I mean, I can't see any of these guys winning this weekend. any of the B-sides. I just don't see a chance for anyone. I mean, someone said Santana. I remember one fight, but I don't think he's on the level of Lamont Peterson.
Well, he had went to jail, so but he got out and allegedly he's back on track or whatever. The last time I think that any of us should have seen him was on that ESPN card where he didn't look too great in my opinion. But 816, you got anything else? Because we got a lot of callers, even though they're not watching this fight. They want to say how bad it is.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. That was me. That was text saying that Diego Chavez was going to beat Brandon Rios. So I just want to go ahead and eat my crow because that didn't quite turn out the way I'd expected. But that was all.
Wait a minute. What's your name?
The Mad Rapper?
Okay. But it did turn out the way you expected because you're telling me that even with your picking Diego Chavez eyes, you still had Brandon Rios winning?
No, I mean, because of disqualification, just in the end, it didn't work out. Because remember, I also called about the Canelo Lara fight, and I said Lara was gonna. I said they were going to give the fight to Canelo, but in the end, I guess I ended up being right. But just basically in the end, according to the decision, Chavez still lost, so I still have to eat my crow. That's all.
Okay. I wouldn't give you shit because I had Chavez winning that fight. He was winning that fight in my opinion. But 816, man, Mad Rapper, thank you for calling in. Let me get to some other callers here. What's going on, Robert? Talk to me.
Yo, man, you guys here? I'm fighting Lucas Matisse.
On fight night?
I'm fighting him. Like, you guys are just talking about my fight with him. It's
Robert.
Actually not. It's not. Yeah, dude, Lucas Matisse versus Roberto Ortiz, man. It's happening. I'm actually a cruiserweight right now, so it's actually a big step up for Lucas. But anyways, I'm just kidding. So here's what I'm saying. First of all, you guys are just talking Rios. I didn't get a chance to call in on Sunday and talk about the Brandon Rios fight, so I just want to touch on that just briefly. Yeah, I can't, like, I have to disagree entirely with you, Ness. We spoke over the phone. I think you're completely wrong. I think the guy quit. He didn't know how to deal with the pressure. All he kept doing was holding after, like, the third or fourth round. He did a little bit of good work. I don't know why he completely resorted to that. He folded mentally, I guess, the way Anthony Peterson did against Rios. I mean, I saw the same thing, a guy holding and scraping the guy's eyes and doing all this weird-ass shit, and the ref caught it. You got disqualified. It's your fault. You lost. I don't care. That guy should, the last caller should eat his crow because his guy quit. He lost. So that's you disagree or what?
I don't disagree. I don't like the disqualification, but I don't disagree with what happened because he did what was alleged. I mean, the people have fucking zoomed in on the video and shown it around, so it happened. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he was still beating Brandon Rios.
I mean, I thought the first four rounds were pretty good, and then the rest just was a clinching, headbutting, just dirty type of fight, man. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't know if you talked about this, but the HBO telecasts on both were just terrible. Both locations, it was just bad. It was terrible. I don't know about this two-man team, and maybe it's just the wrong pairing, but Lampley and fucking Ward just doesn't go together. Roy Jones and Max by themselves don't go together. It was just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me when I saw the replay.
Fortunately for me, it didn't distract me at all. I don't even have an opinion on commentating that week. I don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, Max seemed like he was out of his element as the lead guy. Definitely. Like, I don't know if it's his voice or if he's tentative. And then Ward, clinching's all right by me. I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Come on, dude. Really? You don't want to see that shit.
You know he's not gonna bring down his own style.
And then he says, yeah, that's when he fucking DDT'd Rios. Oh, that's an old veteran move right there. Like, I actually applauded in that DDT. Like, oh yeah, we're fucking wrestling, we're MMA. Let me take you down. I don't know. It was just
Yeah,
to me it just messed up the whole viewership to me.
And that's the same reason why I hope that that Bernard Hopkins gets knocked out. I have a lot of respect for him. He's been in the game for a long time. He defended the middleweight title for a long, long time. And I sent you guys a thing the other day showing the longest reign of Ring middleweight champion or Ring magazine belt champions or whatever. And the middleweight title is by far the longest running lineal. You know, a guy beating a guy to beat a guy to get the belt. And so I have a lot of respect for Hopkins and what he did, but I don't have a respect for his style. So it's as a fan, it sucks, and I guess he finds a way to get away with cheating, but I don't like it. And I hope Kovalev knocks him out and ends it all, because he got away with everything for so long. I have to respect him winning, but I don't have to like it. So anyways, last thing on the Rios thing is that I just don't I don't agree that Rios was particularly being dirty. I think those headbutts were his arms getting pulled, and what is he supposed to do with his head? Hold it up so that the guy could headbutt him when he's getting pulled into him? If he pulls his arms towards the guy, they're gonna clash heads. And Rios was smart and tucked his head down. So, you know, I don't think it was his fault. I mean, I'm not saying he was completely like I mean, he was being rough for sure, but I didn't see any penalties on his side, and I predicted him to lose, and I didn't see it really going that way. I thought it was a good fight in terms of competitiveness, but when one guy's just doing just whatever to get out of a boxing match, I don't know. Just same with Lara. He kept running and running. That's not how you win a boxing match. You know, you got to box. But anyways, enough about that, because it wasn't that great anyway. This weekend, man, I don't agree with what everyone's saying as far as streaming the fight. I think if you're going to boycott it, just boycott it. If you're going to watch it, then you have to support it, man. It's like, why would you watch it and not support the fighters? If they're going to give you their time to entertain you, you should support them and give them the ratings. If you actually care enough about them and you're okay with the fight enough to watch it at all, then you should watch it on premium cable. And me personally, I'm going to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm not going to watch that fight at all. I don't give a fuck, because it sucks. And I kind of feel for Danny, but I don't know what Heyman's doing, but he needs to take control of his career, man, because I can't explain this one away at all. On first instinct, I was thinking this whole thing is just Al Heyman trying to run Golden Boy contracts out. But according to your interviews, Ness, he has not been with Golden Boy for over 3 years. So what is he doing? Why is he fighting this guy? Well, Angel Garcia, I'm moving up to welterweight because I want to get acclimated to the weight. So how do you move to welterweight and fight a 70th ranked lightweight? How is that acclimating to the weight? That's retarded. So I can't back this card in any way. And I know everyone's saying it. There was a caller a few steps back who was comparing Chavez and saying how, Chavez had to fight some bums here and there, and it happens. Well, yeah, but Chavez had over 100 fights. He had bums to spare, and he'd fight like 4 bums and then fight a champion in 1 year. Like, if Danny was doing that, I'd be okay with it. But he's the lineal #1 fucking undisputed champion of the division. He's gonna fight twice this year, and you're doing it against the fucking lightning bolt Salka? That's insane to me. And I don't know, man. What do you think, Ness?
I can't disagree with anything that you said, brother. Anything, it's all true. Like, you don't get acclimated to the weight fighting a dude that little, and you don't get acclimated to the weight still telling me in the same breath that, you're still the champion at 140, and you could fight at 140, or your next fight could be at 147. I mean, they're both saying the same thing. They're also saying it's up to Heyman. So, again, people may not want to listen. They don't want to hear about that. But again, one way or another, it always falls back on him.
Yeah, even down to, the sanctioning by, was it the WBA or WBO? One of them, chose to take a stand and say, we're not sanctioning this fight. And that's a great move on their part. Cool. But at the same time, what if Salka wins? He just beat the fucking champion, and he's not even going to become the champion. So everything about this whole fight is just wrong, dude. And it sucks that you don't get a chance at this guy. And being a fucking lightweight, like, come on, man. There's so many guys in the welterweight division. You can fight anyone in the top 50, and it'll be like a reasonable fight, man. And I don't know, dude. It's absurd to me, man. So I just wanted to rant a little bit because I'm pretty bummed on the whole thing. Maybe I will eventually watch it on DVR or something. I don't fucking know because we're all drug addicts anyway to this fucking sport. So I'll probably end up watching it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Rob. Thanks for calling in, brother. 815, you're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, man? This is DeLeonski.
DeLeonski, what up?
What up, man? Yeah, just to go back to a couple of callers in the back, man. A few calls back, they were trying. I believe the word they were looking for to describe the way Danny Garcia be. I think it was like Riri or fucking he is a little slow, man. He can't rap for shit. He is a lame-o. But anyway, enough hate on that guy. Fuck it. Let me just give you my predictions real quick. Even though I'm gonna DVR it, so fuck it. I don't know. Do they get ratings when I DVR that shit?
Yes.
Okay, well, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna DVR it because I'm gonna be out anyways. But I'm still gonna watch it. When I get back or whatever. But anyway, let me just give you my predictions real quick, man. I got Mr. Lightning Rod Salka. I got motherfucking Santana. And I got motherfucking Fletcher. All fucking winning, but getting robbed. You got that?
I got
So I'm picking all three of those motherfuckers to actually win in our eyes, but they're gonna fucking get robbed because it's fucking run by Al Heyman. That fucking, I don't even know what the fuck to call that piece of shit. I hope that motherfucker has a heart attack and I'm out.
All right, DeLeonski, letting it off his chest. 443, what's going on, brother? You're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this? .443, you're live. Yo, come to the receiver, brother, or I gotta let you go, and you've been on hold for a minute.
Oh, I didn't even know I was in the circuit, man. I ain't had nothing to say. I'm just listening now.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in anyway. I'm going to put you back on hold so you can continue to listen. 619, you're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this?
What's good, man? It's Juice.
Juice, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, I think that. Have you seen Danny's IG lately?
Yeah, man, all the cherries.
All the cherries, man. I think they were going a little too hard. I mean, everybody needs a tune-up fight. I think the Mauricio Herrera fight that he had was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to him, man. He's probably regretting that shit right about now. But, I mean, I got another question for you, man. Did Mike Tyson ever fight any bums? It was before my time, so I just want to make sure if he did or not, that you know of.
Of course Mike Tyson fought bums.
So would you say Mike Tyson is overrated or not? Or is it the way he became, or is it the way that
First of all, he's not overrated because he was the first youngest heavyweight champion, and then he fought some credible guys throughout his career. Everybody's career is like that. It's spotty. People don't believe it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I mean, I think they're going a little too hard on Danny, man, and they got to chill a little bit with that and let him have a tune-up fight and then come back and fight. He went back to back. Khan, he fought freaking, the Machine, and back-to-back hard fights, and he freaking proved us all wrong. And all of a sudden, he takes one bad fight, and then everybody's shitting on him, man. But it is a bullshit fight, but whatever, man. I'm the only reason I'm watching this weekend is because I love the sport, and that's it. That's the bottom line. That's what it should be for all boxing fans, man. People claim that boxing's dying. I doubt it, man. I don't believe that, and this is my way of supporting the sport and not the actual boxer. But that's my 2 cents, man. I appreciate it. You guys keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And well said, man. Because this is love-hate relationship here, Vic. You know, you love the sport, but you hate this fight. Do you stream it? Do you not watch it? I'll be honest. I'm gonna be live at this fight, so I'm there, man. What about you?
I'm gonna depend on your analysis ringside. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I'm a DVR, so I guess I'm giving them numbers, so I might as well watch it. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll be watching it. There you go. 443. You're live on the
I don't want to, but I mean, if you're gonna ask me, what happened, I'm like, oh, I ain't fucking watch it. What kind of a boxing reporter would I be? I don't know, man. I'm torn here. I shouldn't watch it, but then I can't comment on it. I don't know.
It's your.
I kind of have to. I mean.
Yeah. 443. You're live, and this is another 443.
Yo, Ness, what's up? The Slug from the WB, my man.
Slug, what it do?
What's going on, man? My man Danny, what the hell is he fighting? A trash man off of Putnam Avenue in Brooklyn or something, man? It's another warm-up fight, but see, that last fight he had was supposed to have been a warm-up fight, and that turned out to be one of the hardest fucking fights he had yet, if you ask me. But now, now I guess they threw him another bone, and you're going to be fighting this guy coming up Saturday. And actually, I predict this shit to be close, too. You know, boxing full of surprises, man. Just like his last fight, nobody expect that shit from Harrell. But it happened. Hey, Ness, what the fuck is up with this MV2, man? This dude talk most. His ass should work for a goddamn waste company. Because all that shit that come out of his mouth, boy, I really don't understand this dude.
What are you talking about?
But you know what? Like the last show when MV2 came on. Where you from now? The UK or some shit? Scotland?
Scotland.
Boxing. And that's fucking boxing. Like, look, shut the fuck up. That's what he needs to do. All that shit be coming out of his mouth, man. I tried to call in that. I couldn't get through the lines. But I was going to light his ass up.
What did he say that you didn't like?
Man, he was talking a whole bunch of shit about, what was it, Andre Ward, and, he wouldn't mind a fight with Andre Ward. I'm like, what the fuck? I know Andre Ward got an style, but he's just talking so much shit, man. I can't even remember all the shit he was talking about, but it was just imprinted in my fucking head and my brain. This motherfucker just talking shit out of his ass. Real.
All right, brother.
All
right. Let me get to some other callers. You everything out your mouth is a curse word. You worse than me.
I'm feeling it today, Ness. I
hear you, man. We're gonna have to get MV2 on here live to defend himself, though. Slug, let me get to some other people here, man. 773, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
What up? This Santana from the Shy.
Santana, what up?
What up? My picks, of course I'm going with the favorites, Garcia, Peterson, and Danny Jacobs. I think after this win, Danny should go up to 147, and fight Josecito Lopez. I think that'll be a good, entertaining fight for his first fight at welterweight. But Ness, I wanted to ask you a question, because on your last show you said if Hopkins beat Kovalev that Floyd shouldn't call himself the best no more. So you think Hopkins got a better resume than Floyd? Because I don't think so.
I do.
I think so.
I do.
I don't think.
I do.
He got outboxed by Chad Dawson not too long ago.
But dude's 47 years old. I mean,
your career either.
I mean.
Yeah, but Floyd, he ain't in the prime of his career.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you go to his resume. You got Tito, Oscar. You got Tarver, Pavlik. I mean, talk to me. Who else is out there? I mean, I don't want to box track them, man. Who? John Pascal when you thought he was done.
Hernandez,
Winky Wright.
Ricky had when he was undefeated.
Winky Wright.
Mosley. They both got Oscar. So
I don't know. Tito, Oscar, Pavlik, Winky Wright, Antonio Tarver.
He moved up 5 weight classes. You know,
This the thing, Santana. Bernard Hopkins actually fought the best guys in his division every single time. He fought Calzaghe.
Floyd did too.
He fought Calzaghe. He
Well,
fought
Floyd first
Pavlik.
moved
He
on. He
fought
fought
Jermaine
Diego
Taylor.
Corrales when he was undefeated and knocked him out.
Man, you're talking about 20 years ago.
I know, that's what we're talking about. I'm talking about the resume. Just talking about resumes, period.
Yeah, all right, but I think Hopkins still has more. He still has more notable wins. Remember, he fought William Joppy back then. You know, Trinidad back then. Antoine Eccles back then. He fought a lot of dudes, man. Remember, he fought Roy Jones back then. He fought Roy Jones prime.
And he lost.
Prime.
And
he lost, but he fought him. That's what I'm saying. You can't give Floyd credit for being the best ever when he ain't fighting everybody in his era. Hopkins is fighting.
Who did he fight?
Who?
Floyd. Who didn't he fight?
You know.
He didn't fight a prime Cotto. He didn't fight a prime Mosley.
But like Bob Aaron is the reason.
Okay, but Santana, but that ain't the argument. That ain't the argument. The argument is that Bernard fought prime Roy Jones. Prime. Okay? Mayweather has yet to get in the ring with any prime young black fighter. Get in there with Thurman.
Prime Canelo.
Get in there with Thurman.
Prime
I said
Zab
prime. I said prime young black fighter.
Oh, Zab
prime
Judah.
young black fighter. And we all know Canelo was green. Canelo owes him a rematch. Don't worry about it. He'll probably get the 6th fight on a contract. He owes him a rematch, though.
Oh, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you, too. Do you think, because I heard Canelo supposed to be fighting, like, the same day as Floyd, the same pay-per-view, but on HBO. So, what do you think about that?
Man, I don't even know where you heard that at. But if that's true, it better be against somebody big. And that's not even true, because there's no way. The cable companies don't let you do 2 pay-per-views.
They were gonna when Cotto and I mean not Cotto, Martinez Chavez and Canelo, whoever Josecito Lopez, but I guess Showtime said F that. Yeah.
And they didn't. Showtime pulled the plug on that shit. And so did the cable companies anyway. Bob Arum has been on record saying that shit. I can't believe Santana trying to shit on Bernard Hopkins. Whoa.
Alright, man, I'll holler at y'all though.
No doubt.
I'm not gonna lie to anyone and say Bernard is the most aesthetically pleasing fighter there is out there, but come on, the dude's done huge things in this sport.
I mean, just when you expect him not to do things, he does it. I just can't say anything about him.
Yeah, I mean, and look.
I mean, and it ain't like it ain't like his other option was a bum either. He was gonna fight Stevenson.
And you still got to give him credit for the Karl Marats and the Bebu Shumanovs of the world because he's still beating them. Other guys aren't. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, they're all right, but they're not.
He did that strategically, though, to land in this position because he knows he's a 50-year-old guy, and without a belt, it's hard to.
Well, he did. He took 2 belts. That's why he was in that position. You're right.
Exactly. He put him there. Let me try 702 again. 702, you're live. Who's this? 702.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
What's going on, brother?
How's it going? Yeah, no need to talk about the fights this weekend. We might as well skip over them. You know the it's Porter is coming up.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen there. You know what's gonna happen there. You seen fucking Sean Porter playing mind games, sparring right in front of Kell, bro. Like, yeah, you see what
How's that mind games?
How's that mind games?
All I saw was little boy Sean Porter having to get his daddy to talk for him. Has to get his dad to talk.
Oh shit!
He's a respectful person.
Yeah, okay, Robert coming out firing.
Oh, hang on a minute, Nez. I can't talk on this call. I've got to go get my dad to talk for me because I'm such a little bitch.
No.
Yeah.
I like what do you mean?
You know how it goes.
Vic, what do you mean?
What's gonna happen next?
I haven't seen the videos yet. I will, but anytime a caller comes out firing, you gotta give him respect. Man.
No. Wait a minute. First of all, the video's on the YouTube channel. Anybody can check it out. Clear
Yeah,
as
he wasn't
day.
even talking to Kell Brook.
Clear as day, Sean Porter is telling his father, calm down. You know, basically he don't want that to happen. His father blows
calm
up.
down,
That's
Dad.
not his problem.
Yeah, and his dad's just telling him, sit down, little boy. Do what you're told. You're a little boy. Do what you're told.
Rob.
That's how it's going.
Well, Rob, we both know that that's not true. That was not spoken of in the video, so you're just making things up now.
Yeah. You know what? I'm getting hyped for the fight. I'm gonna be at the fight. Can't wait for it. I don't even think, maybe it's not even that good a fight. We just had so many bad ones recently that just something that's relatively decent just stands out so much. Maybe it's because I'm a Brit. I followed Kell Brook's whole career as well. I'm just looking forward to it. I can't wait for that fight, man. It's gonna be a lot of questions answered. I think that Porter's got to be the favorite.
But Rob, many calls ago, you said Sean Porter beats Kell Brook. You sound like you've changed your.
Oh yeah, no. I think that Porter's definitely the favorite, but I think it's more like a 60-40, if you know what I mean. If you have a gun to my head, then I have to pick Porter to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Brook pulls it off, because the way I see that fight, I think Porter is all wrong for Brook, but I think Brook is all wrong for Sean Porter.
I don't know about all that. We'll see.
Explain why.
Your boy Brook
Explain
hasn't fought anybody.
Explain why. I'd like to know why you think he's all wrong for him.
I hear what you're saying about hasn't fought anybody, but who had Sean Porter fought before he fought Devin Alexander? Nobody fights anyone before they fight for a title these days. I'm putting an article together. I'm going to send it out to you guys. It breaks down stats on the level of opponent that people face before they fight for a world title. Only 14% of fighters take on a top 10 ranked opponent before they fight for a world title. Only 14%. Think about it. Sean Porter only beat Julio Diaz, and he scraped past him and drew with him the other time. It's not like Brook is anything different to any other fighter out there.
Yeah, right. Brook, like Ken Porter said, 10 years and he's just getting a title shot.
Yeah, because he turned pro at 18 years old.
10 years. How many
with
years
no
Canelo
amateur
got
experience.
fighting?
How many fights did Canelo have?
Fighting? Canelo had less years than Kell Brook when he got a world title shot.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll see next Saturday. Remember, Ken Porter can't be in the ring. He can only be on the outside. He can't jump in. Can't inject him with steroids in the 6th round. Can't do any of that stuff.
Oh, you guys and your steroids, huh?
It's gonna be Kell Brook and
you know what? I'm definitely gonna
have it. You can't have it both ways. You can't pick Porter, but take jabs and big up Brook. Like, pick a side, my friend. Pick a fucking side.
I don't have to. I'll pick. I know who I want to win. Obviously, I want Brook to win. I'm going to be there at ringside. I'm going to have my British flag. I'm going to have a Kell Brook t-shirt on. All I'm saying is, you put a gun to my head, you put money on it, I'll pick Porter. But I'm still going to support my man.
Well, FYI, I was told anyone wearing any type of British flag or UK apparel is going to get jumped on by a bunch of Ohio cats.
All those Ohio guys, they're going to be like, what? The only person from Ohio that's going to be there is going to be Ken Porter, and he's going to have to be there doing the talking. So he's not going to be anywhere near us.
Kelly, you seen Kelly when they was in the gym together, right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just skipping away, doing his thing, not really caring about what's going on.
Yeah, totally. Yo, did you even know that he didn't even have a ride? He was left outside. I wish Robert Ortiz called in right now to give you all the juicy details. Kell Brook was treated like a nobody over here.
Just wait till Eddie Hearn gets here, man. Just wait till Eddie Hearn gets here.
Here goes Robert Ortiz.
Hey, just wait till Eddie Hearn gets here, man. He needs Eddie Hearn here, man. It's fucked up. Where's Eddie?
Tell him how they treated.
Where's Eddie, man? Where's Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, Rob. Hey, Rob, man. I just gotta say, man. British fans are. Why would a British fighter ever want to leave the UK, man? When you have support like that, dude. But I gotta say,
because fighters won't come. Fighters won't come to the UK. Simple as that. Anyway, guys, I've got to run.
and I'll listen to what you had to say on the podcast, Robert.
Okay, because
Okay, peace
yeah,
out, guys.
man, I got a lot more videos to post up. You know, it takes some time to get it all done, but we have about 8 or 10 more videos to go, and in one of them you'll see where Cal Brook is asked by some of the management or promoters, I don't know who, they straight up kick him out of the freaking ring, and then they kick Cal Brook out of the ring and tell him, hey, Sean's gonna work out in here. You gotta get out. I'm gonna post that video. I also saw him in Plan to Right. They treating him like a second-class citizen out here, man. It's kind of sad. But I'm gonna say one thing about what I saw yesterday. I've seen a lot of fighters in training, sparring. I've been to countless fights now. I've seen all this stuff. Sean Porter impressed me more than any fighter I have ever seen in training, and that includes Floyd Mayweather. And I was completely blown away. I was texting my friend Eddie, and I was saying, I'm picking before all this went down, I said, I'm going to pick Sean Porter by 4th round stoppage. And then after seeing Cal Brook do some shadow boxing, I texted him again. I said, I'm going to pick Sean Porter by 3rd round. Then all of a sudden I see Sean Porter doing some mitt work. I said, I'm going to pick Sean Porter by 2nd round knockout. And then I seen Cal Brook do mitt work, and I said, I'm picking the Sean Porter by 1st round knockout. That's my official prediction. 1st round knockout by Sean Porter. It's gonna be. I don't see any hope for this guy at all, man. I'm sorry. All right, that's it. Go ahead, guys. But there's a lot more videos to come. There's some interesting stuff there.
All right. Let me see here. We got 647. You're live. Who's this?
What up, man? This is T from Toronto. How y'all living?
Brother, talk.
Yeah, what's good, man? Let me touch on this little Danny Garcia thing real quick. I mean, there's one or two ways you can look at it. Either they ain't really confident in Danny Garcia since the previous fight, so they picking something soft, or they looking at it as like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because he's been put in there with some lions, like you said, with the Matisses, and he's fought guys like Eric Morales when he was young, and so on, and he still didn't get no love or appreciation for that. So he's probably looking at it like, well, shit, if I'm in there with these dogs and I'm knocking them out and people are still hating on me, why am I putting myself in front of hurt, harm, or danger if I'm going to get the same response from the fans? You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
I don't know if it necessarily worked out that way, but I could see that scenario. I know that from being over there and interviewing him, I know that he's upset. Like like the last caller said, that the video says that he called it bullshit, that the fans think that he's doing anything other than being a champion. They all that they know that he's fought killers. He's ran down his resume much like you did, but he got more specific. Look, man, the problem with shit fights is we don't know nothing until after this shit fight is done.
True. Very true. And the last thing is, people kind of snuck it in there a little bit about the Bernard Hopkins and Kovalev fight, man. Like, I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit. I know y'all gonna have some time to talk about on the show, but I'm crazy excited for that fight because one of two things is gonna happen: either Bernard is gonna get knocked out and probably retire because it's over with, or he gonna Kelly Pavlik this dude. And we just gonna realize that it's a different kind of animal when you in there with a Bernard Hopkins or Floyd Mayweather who's crafty and smart and sharp. So I'm just super amped for that. I know y'all got a bunch of balls to get ahead and get to, so I'm gonna let y'all go, man. But appreciate y'all again, man. T from Toronto signing out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for calling in, man. Boogie Down Sean, what it do? Oh, okay, you're not Boogie Down Sean. 646, you're live. 646.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live, brother. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, you're live. Talk
we hear you. Talk to us.
Man, I know you're talking about Danny Garcia and all that, man, but what y'all really need to be talking about is that Santana fight, man. That's the only interesting fight on that card. I'm from Spanish Harlem, so I know him personally, and I know that dude could hit harder than your man, and that's gonna be the main fight of the night, man. I know everybody hates Danny Garcia fight. Stop talking about that shit. Talk about somebody that's really got a shot at doing it, man. That kid hit hard, and I'm putting money on him that night. He's gonna be the only upset. I don't know about Jacobs, and I know Garcia's gonna take that. Everybody know Garcia's gonna take that, but that Santana fight is gonna be an upset of the night, man. Mark my words.
Man, you better call in to eat your crow if you're wrong on that one.
No, I'm gonna call in. I'm Danny from Spanish Harlem. There's another Danny that be called from Harlem, but I'm Danny from Spanish Harlem, and that's my word. It's gonna happen, and likewise, man. Like you say, I'm gonna eat the crow. You gonna eat your crow, man. I know you will. So you're a man of your word, and so am I. I definitely call back, but I'm putting money on that. Money, man. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the upset of the night. Your man, he likes to box outside, but he always get caught up in the inside. And in the inside, it's not the place for him to be with Santana. I'm telling you.
Well, you got me excited because I only seen Santana like once on ESPN.
Nah, I seen him about 5 live fights. I seen him about 3 street fights. So I'm telling you, he's no joke, man. He's no joke. Spanish Harlem know what it is, man. That kid's the truth.
Right.
He didn't have a shot. He had a couple little setbacks, hood stuff, but that kid is focused, and he gonna take care of business that night, big.
All right, Danny. Well, I'm gonna get to some other callers, brother. Thanks for calling in, man. Good to know we got 2 Dannys listening in all the way from Harlem, baby. Let me see here. 201. The Lava Box Voice. This might be Sev right here. Jersey Sev, what's going on?
Hello?
Sev, what
Hello?
up?
What up, man?
Yo, okay, cool. Yo, I got so much shit to say. Yo, Ness, when you were talking about Hopkins and Floyd with Santana, the other Santana, you were sounding exactly how I was sounding, and he was sounding exactly how you were sounding, because less than a few weeks ago, you were saying that Floyd is TBE, and I was telling you how can he be TBE if he isn't even the best of this generation, which Hopkins might be,
Yeah, but
well,
Sev,
I'm glad you
Sev,
turned that
Sev,
corner.
no,
I'm glad. Well,
No.
Get him, Sev.
Pause. Listen, when you and I had that debate, Hopkins wasn't even considered for a Kovalev fight. Now that he signed to fight Kovalev, listen. The discussion that you just heard was based upon him signing and beating Kovalev. I said if he beats Kovalev, well, hell yeah, he's the best ever. He's got the best fucking resume. Look at everyone that he's fought and everyone that he's beaten.
Right. Okay.
But he has to
so
beat. He has to beat Kovalev.
I think even if he doesn't beat Kovalev, he's the best of this era.
Whatever. Beating Beibut Shumanov and beating Karl Marat. No, you ain't the best ever. You ain't the best.
Oh come on. So beating Victor Ortiz and Robert Guerrero, TBE baby.
Yeah, but he's got way more wins than that. He's got way more wins than that.
Oh come on, go to the resumes if you want one day. Come on, dude. First
of all, Robert Guerrero. At the end of the day, say what you want. He was a credible welterweight. He was a credible.
Credible my ass.
Especially for today.
Life and death for fucking camera guy. Life and death for fucking camera guy. Credible my ass.
After Mayweather.
Oh yeah, Mayweather ruined him.
After Mayweather. Yeah.
Please.
I'm just saying.
Please, you go win for win. You go win for win. It's not even close, dude. It is close, but it's still Hopkins.
Hopkins has more fights.
He's got better wins, dude. Guys in their prime.
I don't know, man.
But
you're gonna say Floyd Mayweather beat Cotto. Oh yeah, he beat Cotto. When though? It's not about the name. It's about when. That's what matters.
All right, but Hopkins didn't beat fucking Roy Jones until like 20 years later.
All right, but he's got losses, but that's because he always took on the best. He's not asking for catch weights. He's not asking for glove issues. He's not asking for this. He's saying let's step up and fight. That's it.
Vic, there's only but so much credit you could give him for fighting the best and losing. Like, we can't act like he won the fight.
He beat Tito. He beat Oscar. He beat Pavlik. I mean, he beat Antonio Tarver in their primes.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he lost to Calzaghe. He lost to Jamaica.
Okay, but when you fight the best, you're gonna lose.
He lost.
When you fight the best in their prime, you're gonna lose a couple.
That's a bad loss, Vic. That's a bad loss.
You watch the fight, and you can say, and it's debatable. Some people had Hopkins winning that fight, just like some people had Roy Jones beating Calzaghe. It's all debatable. I'm just saying, listen, if Hopkins beats Kovalev, then you know what? He's a mile ahead of Floyd. Right now, I think he's about a yard or two ahead of Floyd.
All right, well, let's kick it back to Sev, man. Sev, what up?
Yeah, and I just want to say, he is going to beat Kovalev for sure. The only way he loses against Kovalev is if he gets old, which is bound to happen any day. But if he doesn't get old, he's going to have an easy time with this guy because he already beat like 10 Kovalevs. I mean, you're talking about a guy that comes forward that can punch with both hands. That sounds so familiar. We're talking about Felix Trinidad, which in reality is an even more dynamic come forward fighter than Kovalev is. We're talking about Kelly Pavlik. You know, these are all similar style fighters. We're talking about Tavoris Cloud. You know, we're talking about Gene. Actually, Gene Pascal's a little different. He fights in bursts. But you know, you get what I'm saying. Even that middleweight, he fought a ton of guys like that. He already beat like 10 Kovalevs. Man. Kovalev is good, but to be honest with you, I think Donna Stevenson is a better fighter than Kovalev. But you know, it's still good, and he is gonna beat him. And then after that, you'll say that he's the best ever, which is still not true. Just because
it's still not true. He's just the best ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, not to talk much about that fight, but I guess it's whatever chances Kovalev has, what he makes them. He's not going to get many. That's how that fight plays out.
Yeah, and Kovalev could always finish the fight with one punch. There's always that too. But you know, I expect B-Hop to just win a 12-round decision. I guess, you know.
Hopkins rolls with punches, man.
He does.
Yeah. Exactly. And with this, I just want to say something with regarding Danny Jacobs. I don't like this guy at all.
You're like the only dude that I know don't like Danny Jacobs.
I don't give a fuck if this guy beat cancer. You know, so does a million other people. All right, and this guy is no good, and he's fighting. The worst part of it is, you know, it's good. Okay, he's a professional boxer. Let him make a living. I'm not hating on him like that. But the reason why I'm hating on him is because he's fighting bums, and he's going to fight a bum for a world title, and it's not even a real world title because they stripped Golovkin of his title and made him super champion, so this guy Jacobs could fight for a title. And then, you know, if he wins this, he better fucking fight Golovkin. Otherwise, it's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And, you know, I guess that's all I got to say for now.
All right, Sev, let me get to some other people, brother. Thanks for calling in, as always. 1111111, you're
Then I
live.
put some
Who's
mushrooms,
this?
cook the mushroom. After the mushroom, I put the
what?
Mackerel. Okay. After the mackerel, I put the spinach. Yeah. I cook it like that. Yeah. Altogether.
Bruce.
I put cream.
Oh, my God. Is this Bruce? I swear to
That-
God. Yo!
No.
He's doing something with a mushroom, man. Something.
I know. He's clearly doing some of mushrooms over there for love. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even see this guy. So many calls today, bro.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Oh, damn. That might not be Wood. Oh, yo, no, this is Wood. This is Wood.
This nigga was cooking mushrooms, man. What the fuck that shit got to do with boxing, man? I don't know, man. That's a wild shit. That's some awesome wild shit. Nigga cooking mushrooms and shit. He was into that shit too. He probably is a chef. That nigga talk like he know what the fuck he talking about. I ain't never hear nobody talk about mushrooms like that. Hey, yeah, I want to talk about that Bernard Hopkins and Floyd. It's kind of too soon to compare that right now because they both are still fighting. When the dust clear up and it's all settled, then we can just go back and look at everything and shit. But this right now, they still be.
But it's like Vic's saying, if you compare them right now, B-Hop's already done more.
Yeah, he probably did so far. He probably did. I think he probably did because he fought in a lot of big.
He's older than Floyd, so he's gonna have bigger. He's gonna have more wins and more resume.
Yeah, so right now, because nobody don't know how many fights Mayweather. We might fight 7, 8 more fights. Who knows? Because I can't see him being totally healthy and walk away from the sport when he know he can make a whole lot of money. I'm talking about he can make a whole lot of money. He not gonna fight. He not gonna fight certain people. I don't know how to get away with that shit. Like this nigga, he's sitting at 154. He holding up the fucking those titles. He should let those fucking titles go and let somebody else get those titles. And get some fame and some money. It's like he hogging up all the fucking money. He's not fighting nobody at 54. So I don't know why they still let him walk around with the fucking titles.
Well, that's why he got that stipulation, so he could defend both titles and both weight classes, so he doesn't have to fight a mandatory.
He ain't fighting nobody at 54.
Yeah, but WBC, WBA, they want their money, so they're gonna say, yeah, Floyd, you do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's why boxing is not looked at as a real sport anymore because it don't got no fucking rules. If like Danny's fucking situation. Now the sanctioning bodies should say, look, you are the champion. You need to fight somebody in the rankings. You need to fight somebody from 1 to 10. You pick one. I don't care which one. Pick one, and set the fight up. You understand what I'm saying? They should go by what the purpose for having the rankings? People fighting their heart out, doing whatever they can do to get ranked, and that still don't guarantee you a fucking title shot. So what the fuck is this shit for? What is it for? If they not using it, they'll use it when it's convenient to get somebody the belt that they want to give it to. And shit can't be like that. Boxing need a commissioner. We need somebody like we need a dictator. Somebody like Dana White or Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon can run boxing, man. You know what I'm saying, Ness?
I hear you.
I mean, there's pros and cons to that, obviously. I mean,
hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hear you.
I said there's pros and cons to that because I mean, then there's gonna be guys saying, "Oh, boxers ain't getting paid as much as they should. They risking their lives. That's why we can't have one man controlling everything." I mean, that's part of the reason why I guess they haven't done they don't want that Dana White type stuff here.
They still can let the money situation stay the same, but the fighters shouldn't be able to just fight anybody, man. They shouldn't just be able to fight anybody.
There's a simple answer to this. HBO and Showtime can just say no. That's it. I mean, it ain't Golden Boy putting up the money for these fights. It ain't Top Rank putting up the money for these fights. It's HBO and Showtime. All they got to do is say no.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody like Vince McMahon run that shit. He'll come down to the ring, cuss these motherfuckers out. All that shit, man. The boxing need a makeover, it need a makeover, man. Cause I don't understand the shit these guys doing, man. And I'm not trying to shit on this motherfucking Salka, but he need to work on some shit before he fighting in the main event, man. This kid ain't ready for no main event fight on television. Nobody don't know who he is. You could that motherfucker can walk right up and bite one of us, and we wouldn't even know who the fuck did it.
But I'm just saying, take it from the perspective of the promoter or the manager or whatever. If you're gonna get paid $700,000 to fight some bum, or I'm not calling him a bum, but fight somebody that you know you could probably beat easily, you gonna say no to that? I mean, it's got to be Showtime. It's got to be HBO. I mean, Showtime's paying at least $1.5 million for this fucking card this weekend. $1.5 million.
They crazy. That's crazy. They're crazy because people not watching. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I'll call back Sunday. They're gonna have some bad ratings and shit. Why? And that place gonna be halfway empty. That place gonna be they gonna lose out on this. They gonna lose. They think they taking Daniel got the money, but now they taking this shit they taking the fans for granted and shit now. They taking the fans, they gonna show up Danny the champion and shit. He gonna lose a lot of he might lose a whole lot of fans, and his career can go bad about this. Cause it's not like the old days and shit. Everybody on social media, man, they pissed off with this motherfucker. He lost a lot of respect. I wouldn't even play with my career like that. I would just went on and try to fight somebody that's good. I wouldn't I want to play with my career like that. He's playing with his fucking career by fighting this motherfucker man. This man, nobody don't know him. Nobody know him. This nigga can walk right up on you. You and like, who the fuck are you? Nobody know this nigga. That's these people know. These people know. Man, I don't understand it, man. It's just the weirdest shit. I don't know what they getting out of this. I don't know what they think the company, but I don't see how they can look themselves in their face and say you're a champion. He's not even considered a champion no more. Cause he not even considered a champion no more. He lost that belt. He lost it, and he lost it. I don't look at him like he even have a belt. That's how I look at him. And I like the kid. I don't know why he can't put his foot down. I don't know about the boxing business like that, but I don't see how he could put his foot down and say, look, I ain't going for this. I don't want that. I'm the champion. I don't want that. I think he could have did that because these people are just advisors. You can come up. They can advise you to say no. They can advise you, but how can a motherfucker tell you who to fight and you just gonna fight him? That don't even sound right. That sound like a lie. How can Al Heyman pick your fight for you and you already a champion?
I mean, because the money's good. That's why. Because Al Heyman's got him paid already.
Yo,
I mean,
you know what?
I guess
Stop acting like if Al Heyman put you in with Rob Salka and was paying you whatever the fuck he paying Danny, you wouldn't go in there doing whatever you got to do because that's what he told you to do. Knock it off.
Nigga, I don't have no fucking bosses. First of all, man, I don't have no fucking bosses. I work for myself. I wouldn't need him for shit. I work for my goddamn self.
Yeah, don't Floyd got Al Heyman?
Yeah, but Floyd pick his fights. Floyd pick his own fights. Floyd pick his fights. I don't know. Some of this is not too much. It's not too much to talk about because I started talking about other shit other than boxing and shit get crazy. I know I got a lot of callers on there, but man, I'll call back. I hit y'all up Sunday, man. Y'all take care.
All right, brother. 817, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? 817. 602, you're live. 6-0. You're live. 443. You're live.
Hey, what's poppin' with the population? It's Justice calling from Charm City, Baltimore. Now, earlier, right, I said I was just going to fall back and listen, but this is a conversation that occurred that I had to get in on. It's with my man Floyd Money Mayweather and E.T. I already got both of them in my top three. You know, the alien Hopkins, right? And I think their resume is pretty much the same. And the only thing I had a problem with, right, is a lot of Cotto fans seem to make excuses for when Floyd Mayweather beat him. And they say he was out of prime. But when you ask him, what's the measurement of him being in prime or out of prime? Because I really don't see the difference between a prime Cotto or a out of prime Cotto. Why? Because he gets hurt or he gets knocked down. If you go back at some old video footage, HBO, they label him a vulnerable champion way before he lost. This guy used to get rocked by B-plus fighters. I mean, he got dropped by Chop Chop Courtly, a decent fighter. But I'm just saying, when you look at a lot of Cotto fight, he always was defensively flawed. So I don't see the difference between the Cotto that fought Floyd Mayweather and Cotto that fought Margarita or anybody. Even if we want to use the hand wraps, he was out of prime because he got beat with illegal wraps or whatever. Well, Paul Williams had a taste of that too, and both guys went on to have win streaks after that the Margarita fight. So like I was saying, I think the point I'm trying to drive home is I think B-Hop and Mayweather are the best of their time, and these guys can easily be on my list anyway. They can easily be a number one or number two on any given Sunday on TBE as far as I'm concerned, because they both beat people in their prime. Kawasaki wasn't the man at light heavyweight. He was the man at 168. I mean, a lot of people forget that. That's like, when Hatton moved up and for Floyd at welterweight, they said, well, yeah, he was in his prime. Yeah, he was undefeated, but he wasn't the man at 147. He was the man at 140. Well, Floyd, to me, was a better fighter at 130 and 135. In my opinion, the 130 and 135 Floyd would beat the earth, wind, and fire out of the Floyd that you have today. That's just my opinion. And the Miguel Cotto, anybody as far as that matter. So I'm just saying, I had both of these guys on the top of the list. And like I said, their resumes, they all beat guys in their prime or the pound for pound or the champions in their division. But, another thing I wanted to say about that, the Cal Brook versus Porter, a guy called in talking all that shit about, Brook going to do this and Brook going to do that. Man, Porter going to knock Brook's nose off his face, man. Wow, I bet money on that right now. Now, I wish he was still on. If he can hear me, I bet that call of money on this right now. I don't know if he was saying Brook is going to win, but anybody got money on Brook, I'm taking all bets. And that's all I really had to say, because I'm really not interested in this Danny Garcia fight, but I call in anyway because I like the show.
Well, thank you, brother, for supporting the show, brother. I'm going to get to some other callers. Last caller of the night, 803. You're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this?
Yo, this is Steve from 803. What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, check this out. I think Porter would be, if Porter beat not Porter, if Brooks beats Porter, I think that'll be better for boxing fans, in my opinion. I think because he'll demand more bigger fights if he wins. If Porter wins, I think he'll still be basically the same place he's been, with a little more heat to him. But if Brook win with that England backing and the fact that people gonna want to come get him, people who we want to see fight gonna want to come get that belt. I even think that Khan fight will be big. I think Floyd might even, if he beat Khan, he'll be right there waiting to fight Floyd. Floyd will probably take him because he got that England background, that backing, and I think if he beat Porter, it'd be better for boxing. I think. I don't think he'll win, but I think if he beat him, it'll be better for boxing. And with Danny Garcia fight, I got a question and a comment about that. I like Angel and I like Danny. I like them boys, 'cause them boys, them boys come out from nothing, man. They remind me of just there's no niggas on the streets who just have to grind to get where they at. But I just feel like if I was them, taking all the heat from the media and from fans and stuff like that, why don't they just like pin it on like their manager and stuff like that? Just go off like, yo, I ain't want to fight this bum, this Al Heyman who want me to fight him. I won't fight this person or I wanted the Peterson fight. I wanted this fight, but they made me fight this mother, or you know what I'm saying? Why they just don't blame it on? Why fighters just don't blame it on, managers? And managers would be cool with it. I think Al Heyman don't got no problem blaming it on me. I don't care. I'm getting money anyway. You can blame it on me. I think it would have he better off saying that. But that's it, man. What y'all think about that?
I don't know if Al Heyman's gonna be okay with that, because it seems like it's in the contract. Everybody that signs with him, the first thing that's out their mouth, I want to thank Al Heyman, I want to thank God, I want to thank my fans. Like they always say Al Heyman first, just for a reason. But yeah, man, thanks for calling in, brother. I don't know about you said it's better for Porter to lose.
Yeah, I think if Porter win, I don't see him going like where. Well, I mean, like he probably, he could get that Thurman. He might get that. That's a might. But if Brook win, then if he got everybody's gonna be one fight him. He can make easier fights. We won't be sitting there hoping. Oh, I hope he get a fight. If Porter win, we'll still be the same place. I hope this person fight him. I hope he get this fight. I hope he get that fight. I just me personally, I don't think he'll be like when he win, I don't think he just ready to get some big fights out of him. Not because he don't want it, but nobody really won't fight him. He ain't really he ain't no big draw like that. So I mean,
he'll become one.
No brother.
He'll become one if he beats Brook. If he beats Brook in the fashion that he beat Malignaggi, he's gonna gain a lot of UK fans. But 803, I'm gonna place you on hold, brother. Vic, man, that's basically it for the night. We got to make our picks official before we get out of here, man. I hope that you guys got your DVR set for today. Or if not, catch it live at 10 o'clock on Fox Sports. I'm going Belmontes, Vic. And I'm going
Belmontes as well.
I'm going Keandre Gibson as well over Jose Hernandez.
Same here.
Willie Nelson, of course, over Lewis. Yeah, man. Oh, remember, guys, Friday night, catch that Fox Sports card with Sammy Vasquez. That's that Philadelphia kid. Really good boxer.
Is he Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh.
Is he from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, main event, man. Look, man, you guys already know our picks. We don't even have to make them. This is ridiculous. Like, it is what it is.
I'm going off favorites.
We're going all favorites. Man, Vic, you could go ahead. I know you had to go. We got another caller just popped up. 818, you're live. Who's this?
I'll see y'all next week.
Hey,
Sunday.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, AB? You're the last caller. Vic already left out, man. Close out the show.
So just real quick about the Al Heyman, the thing is we don't really know how much is paying these fighters and what, if they're going to be okay, years down the road. Because you guys remember Don King in his prime for like 20, 30 years, everybody was praising him. He's getting these fights. All of a sudden, 20 years later, everybody's suing Don King. So I'm just saying, we don't know exactly what's in the contract, how much the fighters are being paid, because boxing's a dirty sport and fighters, have been, screwed before. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And then I wanted to touch on the Hopkins-Mayweather. I just think that Hopkins, he fought the harder competition. He didn't back away. I mean, if you look at, like, Mayweather right now, he's not even fighting the top 4 welterweights, and is at 147. Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman, in my opinion, are the top 4 welterweights, and Mayweather hasn't fought any of them. You know, so I don't know how you can say you're TBE when you're not even fighting the best fighters in your weight class of your era. You know, where Hopkins is just, he doesn't care. He'll fight anybody. You know, so that's how I feel about that.
Well, all right, brother. Thanks for calling in late, but you still made it. We'll see you guys Sunday after the big fights, man. And remember, man, we're going to be live at the fight, so anybody, you know, you want to meet up, just holla at me.
All right, thanks.
Thank you for using